did it go? Oh, I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Let's see. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on in. Can you all hear me? I just want to make sure the live stream is on. Can you hear me? Welcome in. Welcome in. How we all doing? How we all feeling? Can you all hear me? Yes? No? Maybe so? How we feeling? How we doing, soul family? We doing all right? Oh, you can hear me. Welcome in, Brother Lance. Welcome in, soul family. I wanted to come on really quick. Here's the thing. I actually just got out of a session. I normally don't do sessions on the weekend, but this is a powerful weekend, and I scheduled it ahead of time, and I had the pleasure of doing some of the new sessions, the visionary sessions, with some incredible soul family members that was off the Richter scale. Like, wow, what can I say? Y'all are some of the most incredible spiritual beings on the planet, and I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was amazing. It was incredible. It was incredible. Like literally, it was incredible. And I looked at the time because I was just telling the sister after we were closing out her session that I had promised that I would come on and go live. Excuse me. I've been running around all day. I've been running around all day. And but I wanted to come on and I wanted to touch in. It is Gemini season. My goodness, we have that beautiful energy of Jupiter that has just moved. Well, it kind of moved in a little earlier yesterday, but it moved in today. It moved in. Jupiter is, taking up residency. It's left out of Taurus, where it has been for a very long time. And we are going from being rooted and grounded in the earth and to being in the air, being in the ethers. That's some real cosmic shit. It's real cosmic. So how's everybody feeling? How are we all doing? What is good? Soul family, all the beautiful people in the building. Welcome on into Planet Remix Radio. If this is your very first time here, let me be the first to say welcome. I got to get used to looking at the camera. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on into Planet Remix Radio. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and yeah, welcome in. I see the stars are all in the building. Brother Lance is in the building moderating with us. You said the sound has changed. Can y'all hear me okay? Or is the sound still a little funny? I don't know how it's sounding. How is it sounding? Sounding good or not? Can y'all hear my air conditioner? Because it is blowing. It is blowing. It is blowing and blowing. Oh, good to hear. Much better than I have been, Miss Blue. Good to hear. Shaquan says it sounds good on my end. Welcome on in. Chef Amir says sounds good. Greetings, Chef Amir. Divine Empress is in the building. You know what's so interesting? I did a reading for a sister today, and Empress energy came up for her. The Empress. The Empress energy came up, and she said, that's crazy because I've been calling myself an Empress for years and years and years. for years and years and years. Welcome on in, Sammy. You felt the shift. Yes, this is a powerful, powerful weekend. Lumberjack is in the building. You hear me loud and clear. It's real philosophical, artistic, and introspective when it comes to expanding our studies. So that's what we've been told. So that's what we've been told. And I agree with that, by the way, but I don't think it's so technical. I think what here it is for those of us who are beginning our journey. We will abandon our philosophies of the past. Think about when you first came into consciousness. Didn't you abandon a lot of that junk, a lot of that stuff you were taught when you were a little child? Didn't you abandon that? Didn't you change that? Didn't you leave those old philosophies behind when you first started on your journey? So I think that that is a entry point for a lot of us. We need to change our philosophies. We need to look at the things in our lives that are not serving us. We need to look at those things that are not working for us in our lives. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago prior to this, where I told you we are loyal to a fault. We are loyal to a damn fault. We will be in agreement with our own bullshit. We will stand in our own way. We will stand in our own way. So for many of us, I do believe this is why I called it, if you didn't hear the live, I did a new moon. I mean, a full moon, but a new moon. Because we are starting a 13-year cycle. And that 13-year cycle started today. It started today. So some of us will be getting out of that cycle, and some of us will repeating this. What we're doing today, we did 13 years ago. We got rid of some of the shit that wasn't working, and we started something new. So some of us, this is a repeat. We're going loop-de-loop. If you're here, you're not loop-de-looing. We're coming out of that complete cycle, and we're creating something new. Can you dare? Can you dare to go beyond what you even thought was possible? Can you dare do that? Can you dare do that? Can you move beyond what you even thought was possible? See, this Gemini season, it lights up our brains, but remember, it is the gems in the eyes. That's the Gemini. Chef Amira says, and by the way, let me put this comment on board here, because I want to get, you guys are making some good comments. She says, makes a lot of sense. Things have shifted for me and I'm doing something new. Absolutely. It's shifting. But have no fear. If you didn't catch that first wave, you're going to catch them waves. Them waves are going to come in. Them waves are going to come in. So I don't want anybody to judge where they are on their path and their journey right now, because that may be very different. You may catch your wave in the morning. Your wave may come later tonight. It may come on Friday. It may come on Sunday. It may come next week. You may catch those waves at another time. You may catch it at another time, but I promise you, if you can hear my voice, if you are here, oh, you're going to catch it. You're going to ride those waves. You're going to get them, and you're going to catch the wave. You're going to catch the wave, because we are entering into another 12, 13-year cycle. This is a new for us right now. And I'm going to give you a litmus test. If you go back to 2012, go back to 2012 and look at your emails, look through your phone, look through things. Maybe if you have pictures, go back and see what was kind of popping, what was going on, what was happening for you around that time. what was going on, because what happened is we're kind of like Langston Hughes right now. You know that poem that Langston Hughes talks about, a raisin in the sun. What happened when you take a raisin and put it in the sun? Does it dry up? Does it fester? What does the raisin do when when it sits in the sun? Chef Amira said, I found you not too long after 2012, Miss Blue. There you go. There you go. Think about it. Many of us was coming into another level of consciousness for ourselves. That's what many of us was doing. And so listen at me really close, because I'm not going to be on here too long. It is definitely time for you to upgrade. Again, I know what you're saying. Miss Blue, we upgrade every week. We upgrade. No, no, no. We've been bullshitting. I'm talking about upgrading for real. And I'm not talking about an external upgrade, even though that external upgrade is going to be there. I'm talking about an internal upgrade. I'm talking about internal upgrade. Internal, meaning it's happening from within. An upgrade. An upgrade. There's lots of electrical energy that's coming in. And of course, we are not going to play around with Gemini. That is the genius. But remember, that's also the mad scientist. Some people would say that's Aquarius, but actually, the genius, the Gemini has that dual nature about it as well. It's the two paths of life, it's the twin energy. And many of you will be meeting what you love to say is your twin flame. But it's really not a twin flame. I would like for you to call it an earth flame, but not a twin flame. But you will be meeting that. This is, as Beyonce say, I feel like falling in love. That's what season we're moving into. We are falling into the season of falling in love. The first point of inception in that love is falling in love with ourselves, falling deeply and divinely in love with ourselves. Deeply. Tramel says, I moved to Florida in 2012 and I'm a whole new character. 12 years ago, Brandy says she took a big leap in my career and so much change. Yes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Because you're going to be feeling that again. You're going to be feeling that energy again. You're feeling it again. But sometimes it comes with some uncertainty. And so this is one of the reasons why, I get these psychic impressions and these intuitive impressions. And while I'm doing readings, those channels are even more open for me through these cosmic airways. And Spirit was like, you have to go on and share this message because some of you are starting to doubt yourself. You're starting to question whether or not, these things that are coming in, can you really, really get excited? Can you really, really get excited? Can you get excited this time? Can you really, really step out on this faith? Can you really do that this time? Or once again, will the rug be pulled from up under you? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Not if you don't want it to. Not if you stay solid. Not if you stay grounded. Not if you stay focused. Because we got to stay focused. I got bombarded with calls today when people were telling me, and yes, I'm going to speak on Nicki Minaj getting arrested. I'm going to talk about it because I kind of alluded to this in the live. This is not the time to tether the line. Energy is too finite. If you dare to step outside of your true, authentic self, this ain't the time. This ain't the time to do that. This ain't the time to dabble in things that are unjust. This is not the time. If you have to second guess whether or not this is going against your character, your values, your morals, don't do it. Don't do it. This is not the time to take that kind of chance. And even though that's not the situation that happened with Nicki Minaj, which I will speak about that a little bit because I think it's something that we can learn from today. Uh, I love this. Taja, I want to say your name. It's so beautiful. She said, Ms.Blue, I've been saying I am love. I am a love magnet all day. I know that's right. And that you are. That you are. That you are. You are a love magnet, and we all should be bringing in that love. I know we look around and we see ourselves, we see our community, we see the soul family, and we think everybody on the planet is waking up and they're conscious. But the truth is, we are still the 1%. We are still the 1%. Did y'all hear me? We are still the 1%. 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 That's it. We are still the 1%. We are still the 1%. We are still the 1%, and that's okay because we don't need all of humanity to wake up. In fact, that's not even the goal, is to get everybody to wake up. That's not the goal. The goal is we can get in the 3 to 4% tile. That's enough to change the world. What we're doing, how you're living, how you're being is changing the world. It's changing the world. And you got to know that it is changing the world. Mm. Your greatest gift, green. I love that. Greatest gift, green. You have to be seen. Ain't that from The Wizard of Oz? In green, when they went to the Emerald City. Well, that's where we're headed, boys and girls. We're headed to the Emerald City. We are. We are all in that heart chakra. Huh? Wait a minute. Kemet Land, get out of here. Oh my goodness. Talk about a blast from the past. Talk about 2012. Welcome on in. Good to see you, brother. Chief Big Horn Nine Ethers. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. But I wanted to come on to do that. I want to take some questions. We're going to do all of that good stuff. And I want to share with you some more of these downloads that are coming in because I want you all to understand. And so we don't miss this sort of shower, this sort of wave of consciousness. Some of you are still hesitating. And I want to know, what are you waiting for? That thing that you're supposed to take action on, what are you waiting for? I know this is a full moon, but this is a full new moon because we are starting this 13-year cycle. We are starting this 13-year cycle right now. Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me when I say this energy that is inside of you? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, seriously, what are you waiting for? Make the commitment today. Make the commitment to you today that you're going to take action because it requires you to take a physical action. We thought things sped up. Things are speeding up. Speaking of which, I want to talk about something really quick, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to dive a little deeper into that because I want us to dive a little deeper into that in just a moment. But I want you to understand this. How many of you signed up for the frequency expansion course that we did at the beginning of the year. Yes, send me an email, questionforblue@gmail.com. I would love to chat with you as well. How many of you signed up for the workshop? How many of you did that? Did you guys do that? We're going to be doing a call. Now, in a perfect world, this is with the daily flow. This is with the activation board. This is the one that give you the dates and all of that. Okay, so, all right, I know hundreds upon hundreds of you did. At this point, it may even be thousands of you. We are going to do a call. Now, I wanted to do that call tomorrow or at least the 27th. It will come in the next couple of days. Don't worry. I'm going to email you all of the juicy details because we're going to get on that call. And when we get on that call, I'm going to give you some information that's going to take us from now until the end of the year. Welcome in, Michelle. Good to see you. Miss Little in the building. You still out in the cosmic streets in another land? But we're going to go into all of that. So I'm going to give you for the next 6 months going out, that's going to take us into 2025. I'm going to give you some of the downloads, some of the things. A lot of things that I do want to talk about, but I know that they will be censored here on YouTube. You can't really talk about these things in these streets. Because again, Gemini is coming in, and just look for that rein to be tightened in on how we express ourselves on social media platforms. We got all of these planets out here, and the planets are not causing this to happen. So I want you all to not take that perception. I think you all know that. The planets are not causing this to happen. What the planets are doing is they are acting as a reflective of the collective consciousness on the planet, and they are letting us know it is a forecast. It's a forecast of what this cosmic weather is potentially building up, just like the storms that have been building up all across. This is why I'm telling you all, and I'm telling myself too. So I'm not excluding me, right? You better back up your electronics. You better save your files. Things that are important to you, put them on hard drives that you can take and put them away somewhere. Because with all of this electrical energy that's coming in, we are having geometric storms. We're having these gamma rays, these plasma rays, these beta rays, all of these waves that are coming in, these rays and frequencies, the CMEs that are happening within the sun. They're all here to really help us upgrade our DNA. And it's helping us, upgrade. Because remember, we still have not transformed all of our DNA. Not a lot of people are still talking about us transforming this DNA, but we have not done all of this DNA upgrade yet. We haven't done it. We haven't transformed this DNA yet. And it's time for us to transform this DNA. We still are transforming this DNA. So I reminded us of doing this a couple of months ago. I'm bringing it to you because now it's at your doorstep, baby. We got to back these files up. We got too much work we got out in these cosmic streets that we've been doing, that we need to do. And now, since we don't really take the instant pictures now, we got a lot of beautiful memories that are only living in these portals online. And we need to take them from the portals online and have them tangible so we can have them somewhere that we can have this information to keep for ourselves. So don't sleep on your creativity. Do not sleep on what you've been manifesting and building. Because just like you have your home that you walk into, and your bedroom where you go to sleep at night, and your bathroom, I want you to think of these spaces, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, whether it's any of these platforms, as an extension of your home. And so, just like you're taking care of business and things in your home and you're securing them, you're going to need to secure these things as well too. I currently reside in Texas, and we've been having some storms out the Richter scale. And we've been having some, baby, we ain't in Kansas anymore type weather. We're tornado watch, hail, wind, all kinds of things going on. Get in the bathroom, lay low type energy. All of this type of energy that's happening. And many of you have been there. Power going out, power coming on, these electrical storms that are happening. Yes, I'm in Texas. So we've been having all of this crazy weather go on. Every time I turn around, I get an alert either on my phone, my alarm system. Somebody is letting me know to take cover, that the storm is coming, that the storm is coming through. And the storm came through. We had 80-mile an hour. I clocked the wind at 110. Okay. But I'm not Ryan Hall. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you that wind was all 110, baby. That wind was going 110 miles an hour. And all I could do was look outside at my baby boy, my tree, my beautiful crepe myrtle. And I just told him, baby, hold on. Just hold on. Because mama can't come out there and get you. Just hold on. And I mean, everything was flying by. Like literally, I just looked out my front doors. Things were flying by. It looked like we were in the Wizard of Oz. It literally did. Why is this happening? Because once again, we are changing atmospheres. Our atmosphere is changing. Okay? Remember, Earth is an entity. Earth's atmosphere is changing. So, why is this happening? Because the atmosphere is changing. So, when you hear statements, I want you to become a real occultist. I want you to dive into the esoteric understanding of what this means. And that is, check this out. How has your atmosphere changed? Because the atmosphere is certainly changing. So, of course, you're going to have to change your atmosphere because the atmosphere on the planet is changing. And I don't care what part of the world you live in, the atmosphere is doing some things that are completely different. See, our ancestors, and am I talking fast? I need to slow down. The atmosphere, we learned this in ancient Kemet. You could always look at nature to see what was going on. You could always look to nature because nature is going to give you a reflection of what's also happening from within. The weather is changing for two reasons. One, because we are changing. So we are impacting the weather as much as the weather is impacting us. So the weather is not happening to us. You understand? And we are not happening to the weather. We are in this very complicated, yet very loving relationship with one another. And we are reflecting what is going on. I literally looked in the sky the other day and there was only one cloud. The whole sky was dark and there was one cloud, and it seemed to be moving in its own rhythm. I said, that cloud is not even from our atmosphere. That is a cloud that literally came from Venus. We are now changing atmospheres from Venus. A couple of years ago, I did a show and I said, we are changing atmospheres with Mars. And right after I said that, we started getting this orange energy that was coming in America that actually was coming from the Sahara Desert. And it was the sand all the way from the Sahara Desert coming in. But I don't think that's where it came from. That energy was coming from Mars. So now we're getting this energy that's coming in from Venus. And I don't know if you all are familiar with Venus, but I spend a lot of time on Venus. And many of you, probably when you're in the astral realm, you've spent some time on Venus. But if you've been to Venus, you know that Venus got a lot of fire, baby. You know, Venus got a lot of fire. It's got a whole lot of fire. It's got a whole lot of come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah, Venus got a lot of fire. And so, even though right now many of us are experiencing this energy, if you are looking at how this energy is coming in, we have a combination of very cool air that's coming in mixed with a lot of hot air that's in our atmosphere. But we are moving more into this Venus energy. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. This is definitely going to be exciting summer that we have just stepped into. And it's a great opportunity for everyone on the planet right now to really begin to get their shit together in a big way, in a big way, to get your shit together and really, really just expand your awareness and your consciousness. We thought things moved up at the beginning of the year pretty fast, but things are moving warp speed. By the way, happy born day to all the Geminis in the building and everybody celebrating their born day at this particular time during Gemini season at this time, because it's bringing in some beautiful gifts for all of us. I pulled a card and look what I got. Can you see it? Oh, come on, camera. Can you focus? Focus on me. That's Sekhmet, the sun goddess. She's the goddess of healing. She is the goddess of healing. She sits over all the energy healers on the planet. She's connected to the sun. She's the goddess of war and justice. War and justice. This is her. Mm-hmm. You know? Oh, Sekhmet. There she is. There is Sekhmet. Yeah, the sun. Here's some dates to take a look at. July the 29th through August the 11th, October the 30th, until November the 7th. Pay attention to those dates. Pay attention. This is all about being positive. And when I talk about being positive, it's more about a higher vibration. I'm just reading this off the card. And then also about this loving energy, bringing more of this loving energy, the honesty, the honesty, the honesty within who you are, the honesty within the work you're doing, the honesty, the intelligence, all of this energy, which really speaks to what's going on right now. What's going on? We are in a time of major expansion. Major expansion. It is so much expansion happening on the planet right now. For anyone who wants this expansion, it is here. This expansion is here. It's here. It's here for you. If you want it, you can have it. You can come get it. You can come get it. That's right, Brother Lance. Solar expansion. Solar expansion. Yep. Solar expansion. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. So, I'm going to pull some cards for us real quick. Let's see if we can just get a read. First of all, how's everybody feeling? I don't even think I asked you that. Yeah, my energy be off the Richter scale. I've been doing readings since early this morning. Whew. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. But yeah, I'm so glad that they released Nikki. I don't know if you all heard. I don't know if you care, but I consider myself to be a barb, so I do care. But there were some reports that were out, and quite a few people hit me up to let me know that I believe Nicki Minaj had been arrested, I believe, in Amsterdam or being detained, allegedly. And I seen the clip that was going on Instagram. And that clip on Instagram was showing where Nicki was talking to someone. It looked like someone who worked for the airline. Uh, and uh, and then next thing you know, we get the report that she was being detained. My question, I didn't dive too deep in this, but the first thing that came to me when I just heard the situation is that this is a setup. Let me tell you why I say this is a setup, and you'll understand what I mean when I say setup. I don't know how many of you have traveled international, but I've traveled international. I know many of you have as well. I've traveled international and Lee, and I have lived internationally. I have lived outside of America. I've lived in multiple different countries. And first of all, when they were talking about that they needed to check her bags again, and that the police officer felt some kind of way because she was videotaping him, or she felt like he was on the phone um, videotaping, and videotaping him, and he felt like she had something in her bag. First of all, you got to know that Nicki Minaj is not traveling with one bag. She's on a worldwide tour, baby, a sold out tour. That means she got many a bags. And I'm not going to go spend too much time in this, but I think we can learn a lesson from just the little bit of information that we learn. First of all, when I travel, and I'm going to say I'm nobody, you can't even approach me. I have somebody else that speaks for me when I travel. So you can't tell me that Nicki Minaj is traveling and you got all these people around you. Why are they talking directly to you? And who is the person who handled it? Because it should have been somebody, a liaison that stepped in to say what is going on and to speak for her. That's number one. Number two, if you didn't understand the laws of the land, fire the whole team because you don't have the right people around you to do that, because it's no way that that situation should have went down like that where they are speaking directly to her. Now granted, Nikki's a very wise woman and I know she has smart people around her, but this just doesn't happen like this. And if anyone's ever traveled internationally, either for business or you have traveled under where you have pre-check, where you pre-check your bags, this doesn't happen. It doesn't go down like this. I'm not saying that Nikki set this up. I don't believe that. But I believe it was a setup by someone. Okay. And I also want to know why someone on your team, who is your person who speaks for you? Who is your manager that is there? Who are the people there that should have came first? That should have been the person to step up. There was someone I seen in the video, but I didn't spend too much time there. Why am I telling you all this? Because I'm telling you this because it's so important that we utilize these signs and symbols to thank you, Chef Amir. Celebrities don't handle their own stuff. Where are your people? Why are they not speaking for you? Where are they at? Now, she was eventually released. And I don't know all the details. I didn't have time to dig deep into it. But I know immediately from me traveling for myself, you're not coming up talking directly to me. And it's not because I think I'm this and I think I'm that. It just doesn't work that way. That's not how it works. That's not even how pre-check works. That's not how it works. We need to have good people around us. And this is not just for women, this is for men too. And I know a lot of us, we travel, sometimes we have to travel by ourselves. And when you're traveling by yourself, you have to do a lot of research, because we tend to think, for those of us living in the West, we think that laws that apply here in America, that it works the same way when you leave this country. And I'm not trying to say we got it figured out, because we got a lot of work still here to do. But I'm gonna tell you, out in these cosmic streets, it's a whole nother game. The things that we take for granted, the things that we just do and we feel like it's our right, it don't work like that in other countries, because soon as you hit an international airport where they are checking luggage, anywhere where you see security, where you see what we would call law enforcement, there are signs that tell you you are not allowed to record, pull out no camera. You're not allowed to do that, and you can be held accountable, prosecuted, and placed in jail. And I'm not saying that that was her case, but somebody on her team. You understand? This is why, if you're going to have a team, you got to have people who can do that, that they can be the eyes and ears for you, so you can be the best of who you supposed to be on the team. Never be put in a position like that. Where are the people who are traveling with you? Because you're not by yourself. Why aren't they the person up there speaking for you? Why aren't they saying, excuse me? Yes, that is her bags. And yes, we packed that bag for her. And yes, there is nothing in that bag. And what's going on? Because here is our translator for this country. We have someone who knows, because you got to have sponsors when you're coming in these countries. It just doesn't work like this. And so a lot of people reached out to me to tell me about these different situations, but it doesn't go down like that. It just doesn't, not when you're at this level. Now, maybe me and you, if we just want to hop our ass on a plane and we want to go somewhere and we don't know nobody, it's a little different, but it doesn't work that way when you're at that level. So I'm very, very perplexed. And like I said, I haven't used any abilities to look into this situation. And I'm feeling some kind of way, because I love Nicki Minaj. And the thought of thinking that she had to be put in a position, because I don't want to pull a card here. And if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to pull a card here. But I almost want to pull a card here and say, if this was someone else whose name perhaps begins with a T, like a Taylor Swift, do you think that she would be talking for herself? Do you think do you think that's how this would have went down? Really? Do you think this would happen this way? Absolutely not. Do you think that you would have that interaction would have happened? It would have never went down that way. So I send her so much love, because she's doing so many powerful things. And I know she is protected. You understand? She is definitely protected. You understand? As I wish for everyone to be protected, as we travel about, as we're out in this world, and we're doing the things that we love to do, because truly she is lifting the veil on this planet. And we know music is one of the powerful ways to do it. This is why sometimes that's the first to be attacked, because these are the individuals that are speaking their truth. You understand? And when you bring that kind of truth to power in the way that she's bringing that truth to power, and she's doing it in feminine energy, and she's selling out everywhere she's going, and all of these things are happening, you have to make sure you have a good support system that is around you. And this is why sometimes people will opt to have no one around them, because they already know that, it listen, we just got to find our soul group, and we got to make sure we have good people who are around us and that are willing to be in their role and their position. Not that you put them in, but that they elected themselves to be in. If I'm here to advocate for you, if I'm here as a person who supports you, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. If I'm your traveling business manager, then my role is to make sure that I cover every possibility that could go wrong. You understand? And every possibility to make sure that this is a smooth endeavor for you. And that's a role that I take serious. You understand? But living in the world where everybody wants to be a star, I just can't help wonder. I'm asking myself, where is your people? Where is your people? Why aren't they speaking? Where are they at? How come they're not saying something? Where is your liaison person? Where is this? Where is your road manager? Where are these people at? Who is the person who's supposed to be your frontline person? Where is that person that's supposed to be there? Like I said, when I go certain places, I don't go by myself. There are places I go by myself, but then there's places that I have somebody else. Oh, you're not coming to talk directly to me. You got to speak to the person that is representing me. That's who you talk to first. It's giving somebody needs to be let go. Somebody needs to be let go so they can go do what they really want to do. Because if you're not there protecting who you're supposed to be protecting and being the eyes and ears while she's doing what she's supposed to do, then we need to let you go. Somewhere there's some energy that needs to get shifted, because it's a very unfortunate situation. And regardless, if she was doing something she wasn't supposed to, guess what? You're supposed to have people around you that's honest enough to tell you and explain to you the consequences, not to force you to make you do the right thing, not to try to tell you to take away your free will, but to be able to give you, to be that conscious objective there to make sure that they have your best interests. They got to have your best interests. And see, this is more of what people are looking for in the world. They're looking for people. No, no, no. We're not just looking for workers. I was in a workshop the other day, and the guy was talking, and he was saying sometimes we spend almost 65% of our budget in hiring, because we got to make sure we got the right people, because everybody is coming with these hidden agendas and all of this stuff, and it's hard to navigate these spaces. And you want someone that this is really what they want to do, and not not just something to do because they're not doing anything. So we're moving back into a point where what is driving humanity, what is driving people, is this urge and need to fulfilled within themselves. So if I know that what I truly want to do is to be a manager, at one time I used to manage artists, and me and my friend Monica, we had our own company, and we managed up and coming artists from like all over the country. We had several of them: California, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia. We had quite a few artists that we were managing. I had a love for that. I didn't want to be an artist. I didn't want to be on stage singing. I didn't want to be on stage rapping. I didn't want to be the person sitting in the interview. That's not what I wanted. So we were great in the roles that we were doing because we were doing what we wanted to do. And this is why I tell some of you are holding up space for other people. For other people. You're doing a job you don't want to do. You holding a spot for somebody who need that spot. You need to go do what you feel you need to do so you can let that go for somebody else who wants to do, who this is where they're at on their path and their journey. Remember, everything is spiritual. Everything. It's spiritual, not because Ms.Blue say it is, because you, the spiritual being, is the person that's in it. This is what's going to transform these things: our education system, our school system, how we do politics in the world, our government, our city rules, our state rules, our communities. None of these things get to evolve until the people who are taking these positions and in these titles begin to evolve. This is how the world evolves. This is how it evolves. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm just sensitive when it comes to Nikki. Nikki, I love you. And again, put me on the team. I guarantee you, it's quite a few people today that we could tell you thank you. It's been nice, but we good. We fixing to find somebody else to do this because somewhere we could have done something a little different. But on the flip side, that's just me talking from my love of Nikki. But on the flip side, I think it's a great opportunity for us to look at even how she handled it. She was very calm. She answered the questions and she did what she needed to do because Nikki gonna do what Nikki needs to do, but that's not the point. And I'm sure she's doing a concert as we speak, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, know that sometimes these circumstances can come up that can challenge us a little bit, but we have to make sure that we have the right people that is around us in the right position. And we ourselves have to make sure we're in the right position and doing the thing that we know that we have committed ourselves to do. And this is what I've committed myself to showing up for you guys for in that way for you. You understand? And being very honest about where the shortcomings are, where I'm working at, what I'm moving towards, and how I'm trying to, not trying, but how I'm evolving into these spaces so we can all sort of learn from that. I want to say thank you to Mad Titan for the super chat donations. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, my background is business administration. I've worked in corporate America since I've been like 14, 15 years old. I love management. I love those things. I love those business skills. I love those kind of things. I have a kind of a superpower in a lot of those different arenas. And like many of you, it's been many things that I've figured out. I don't want you all to think that you just have one or two superpowers. And if you don't make this thing work, nothing in your life will work. I posted a video to Instagram and it was about a sister. She was 101 or 102 years old. And she was talking about how many lives she had and how many different things she's done and achieved in her life. You understand? And so many of us, we are living our past lives now. We are one of the few generations on the planet that actually get to live multiple lives in one. How cool is that shit? Think about who you were 15, 20 years ago. Think about what life you were living. You have reincarnated on the planet at least 3 to 4 times now. Many of you, some of you have completely new families, no shade. Some of you live in completely different places. You are doing work that is completely different. Um, you have connected in a different way. You look different. You don't even look like yourself anymore. You understand all kinds of things about you have changed from the exterior, but first from the interior. You are completely different. You're not the same person anymore. You have transcended that life. You understand? And, what I want to encourage you to do, if there is something still heavy on your heart that you haven't been able to let go of, that you haven't been able to release, I talked about this on the live on Friday night, that you haven't been able to let go. Look at this. Look at this card. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Let me see if I can get my light bright. Can y'all see that? That's the volcano card. I hate the way it's blurry. There it is. You see that? This is the being that is just coming out of this flame, this molten flame, but look how the light is shining. The camera. There we go. It's like it's not, it won't focus. Focus on me. There we go. So the being is coming out, but look how bright, look how powerful the emergence is of the being coming out of this transformation. Yes, it's like the Hawaiian goddess Pele. You see that, but this is the energy of the vibration of 9. Do you see that frequency of 9? Powerful. Very, very powerful. This is the pure power of coming out of the re-emergence of where you were to where you are right now. You understand? So, yeah. So we have some incredible energy that's here. It may have you in your feelings for a minute. Boom shakalaka laka boom. I have not seen you in forever. Boom shakalaka laka boom. Good to see you. And by the way, welcome to everyone on the live. What do y'all want to do tonight? What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to do questions? You want me to take calls? What do y'all want to do? You tell me what you want to do. I'm just here for a good time. I'm like Drake. I'm here for a good time. Not a long time, but a good time. Not a long time, but a good time. Not a long time, but a good time. I got a lot of work to do. Oh, I need to make the announcement. I may have to come back on a little later tonight to make this announcement. I'm all over the place. My energy is so high right now. I just got through doing the reading, and I promise you, I am on 1,000. But I'm going to be making that announcement. If I don't do it today, I know I said I was going to do it today. If I don't do it today, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Y'all want to take questions? You say questions first. Do y'all want to write the questions down, and then I'll answer your questions. Do this so I can find the questions in the chat. Put a Q. I don't know if y'all can see me well. I haven't been over here and haven't been on camera in a while, but put a Q and love you too. I love you guys. Boom shakalaka. You said, hey, Jonathan, haven't seen you in a minute. The air element of Gemini got me all over the place too. Yeah, I wish I could blame it just on Gemini, but I can't. I'm glad you can blame it on Gemini. I can't blame it on Gemini, Brittany. I can't. I must admit, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at it. By the way, I have this crystal. We're going to play a quick game. A quick game. Y'all ready? Y'all want to play a game? Who's up for a game? Who's up for a game? Who's up for a good game right now? Anybody? Anybody up for a good game? Y'all want to play a game? We're going to play guess what this is. Bree put the question marks. Chef Amir said, I am. Who else wants to play a good game? Shiva says, I am. Hold on. Okay, I got to get something. Yeah. Okay. Y'all said yes. So hold on. I'm getting it ready. Let me see. Okay, so we can replay a game. Real quick. I'm going to show you something. And I want you to tell me what it is. Okay. I don't know how to do it, so I'll have to wait. Okay, you ready? Okay. On the count of 3, I want you to tell me. Let me shine it up. Okay, wait. I got to take a sip. Got some. I've been drinking liquid magic all day. That may be some of that. Some of that. You ready? Chef Amira said, "Crystal freak here." Okay, who knows what kind of crystal is this? I feel like we need to play some music or something. Let me see. Okay. Now, we do have a winner. We have a winner. Yes, we do. We have a winner, and I'm going to put the winner up on the screen. Let me go back. Ooh, we got some good tries here. We got some good tries. We got clear quartz. We got some good tries. Herkimer diamond. Yeah, we do. And the winner is dun 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 a Vogel crystal. Chef Amir, let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. She said she was a crystal freak. I'm a crystal freak, so I know. Let me tell you. This crystal right here, and I want you all to Google it, because if you don't know the story behind this Vogel crystal, you're going to want to get into this, and you want to get you a good piece of this. Chef Amir, do you have a piece of Vogel crystal? Do you have one? It's a very, very interesting story. So I will say this, for those of you who said clear quartz, like that was partially true. Partially true. Oh, you have to get one. You guys know how I went on about this craze about Herkimer diamond. Matter of fact, the piece of crystal that I have, no, this one came from Arizona. Where is my Herkimer? My Herkimer is way over there. I can't go get it. But this piece of crystal came from out of the mines in Arkansas. There was a brother, part of Planet Remix. He went up there and became friends with one of the ladies who had a little crystal store there. And when the mines used to be open where the public could go in, she went in and he had her dig a box. I still have that big box somewhere, a whole box of this crystal out of the ground. And I have a whole bunch of Herkimer crystal from Herkimer, New York. Even though, interesting enough, there's a ley line between New York City and the Middle East. And so Herkimer diamond can also be found in the parts of the Middle East, as well as in New York as well. Quite interesting. But let me tell you, the crystal literally spoke to me and said, Vogel, I'm going to let you have that one because I got love for you. And I'm not going to tell you, you pay attention to details, and I'm going to leave it right there. But all crystals are quartz. This is true. All quartz crystals. Thank you, big Chief Big Horn nine ether. Yes, all crystals. The composition that makes them up is clear quartz. So you weren't completely off when you said clear quartz. However, this particular crystal, it takes its name from the person who rediscovered it. but it's a healing crystal. It's a healing crystal. And this guy, his name was Marcel Vogel. And he was a researcher and a scientist who actually worked for IBM. Now, this is where it gets real interesting. And so he has so many patents, and his patents are all about luminescence, of how to uh, be able to bring clear quartz crystal and bring to amplify energy. And he was interested in universal life force energy, and he did a lot of studies on this, and he became totally obsessed with this crystal and what he could do by putting this crystal in so many um, different shapes. And he knew by putting this crystal in these shapes that it would cause a different amplification to happen. So it's pretty interesting. So I want you to take a look at this. Uh, I want you to take a look at this because you'll find this very fascinating. And it's an interesting story that they tell. The receptors of this crystal, which are the ends, these are called females of this crystal. And these facets are forming angles of 51 degrees, 51 minutes, and 50 seconds. Like it's a whole science behind it. And it's the same angles as the angles of the sides of the Great Pyramids of Giza. So, you know, he was tapped into a lot of that science by working with this crystal. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I have been working with it for quite a while. Actually, it was tucked away for many, many years, and I decided to pull it out and work with it. But the four sides of the crystal, you'll see the sides of the crystal are for healing the physical body. The six sides is for healing emotional ailments. The eight sides of the crystal is dealing with severe emotional trauma. The 13 sides is used in meditation that will connect you with past lives. The 21 sides are for resolving family issues. 24 sides of the crystal is when you're working to do spiritual rebirth. And the 24 sides, and then you take the 24 to the 12 sides of the crystal, is used for transformation efforts. So it really has a lot of things that's going on with this crystal. So it's interesting. I want you all to dive into it, those of you who love crystals the way that I do. And get this, I forgot actually where this crystal was sourced from. I think I literally have papers with this crystal. I'm going to see if I can pull them out so you can see. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So it's a lot of research on there. These are healing wands. I love this. Love this crystal here. Yeah. Hmm. It's really nice. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And just so you all know, if you go back and listen to my live, I mentioned it in my live yesterday. Yep, yep. All right. So we're going to keep going. So, what did we decide? Are we doing questions? What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, this crystal itself is a wand. Believe it or not, Lance. Lance said this would be a great crystal to put on a wand. Yes, you can put it on a stick and wrap it around with some copper. It would be amazing to work with it that way. But this itself is a wand. It is a wand. I use it for all of those different points of healing. And especially when I have to perform surgery on someone, I have to do energetic surgery, I use this. And that point's going to get in there. It's going to get it out. It's going to get whatever's up in there, it's going to get it out. It's going to clear it out. It's going to clear it out. It's pretty powerful. So just another tool for you all to get it and to be able to do that. Y'all want to take questions? Jonathan says questions, please. Okay, well, where the questions at, y'all? Y'all got questions? Hey, Griffin. Good to see you, Griffin. Welcome in. You all let us know where you're tuning in from. First of all, can I tell y'all something? Right before I went live, my phone slid off my desk and I don't know where it is. I mean, I'm not really looking, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Shaquan, what message is it that Spirit has for me in the moment to move forward? I want you to reframe the question. Do me a favor. Reframe the question. I'm going to push us a little bit here. Reframe the question. I feel like you ask me that question all the time. So reframe the question. I promise I'll get your question. Erica says, I want a copper arm bracelet to help me with phantom pain. Yes, copper can help you do that because of the elements in copper. I'm going to tell you who you can get some good copper jewelry from. The goddess Rainwater, and I think she's in the building. But her copper bracelets, I say, are the most powerful. And I've had a few that I've purchased from others. But Goddess Rainwater, hers are like the most powerful. All of her tools are very powerful because of the nature of the work that she does. She's a high priestess. She works in energy healing work. She does all kinds of stuff. Please email me tomorrow. Do that. We got to catch up. Yeah. So, all of her jewelry, everything that she makes is powerful. But here's the other thing that I want you to know, that in your auric field, everything is still whole and complete. Everything is still whole and complete. Nothing is lacking. Nothing is missing. Nothing is gone. And so when you're having this, I want you to work with that copper because I think that that will help. But I also want you to really work on loving yourself and know that you're whole and complete no matter what, no matter what. That there's an element of self-love, and I'm sending you so much love to you as well in everything. I want you to work with that energy. It's going to help you, but I also want you to find the joy and the love in your life and to know that everything is still whole. Everything is still whole, even though it's not in this physical illusion. Yeah, yeah. So sending you so much love, so much love, so much love. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, Shaquan. Shaquan said you wanted a better question. Here you go. What message is it that Spirit has for me to move forward with my business, the beauty field, and incorporating my spiritual work with all of them like I vision? Okay. So here's the thing that I want you to know, that everything that you're doing, Shaquan, incorporates spiritual work because you are there. What I would love for us to get out of is thinking that we have to force people into our ideology, our psychology, or what we believe in order to assist them. That's not required. So, literally, I could be teaching you how to drive a car, and it will be a spiritual experience. whether you recognize it or not, because I know who I am and I know what I'm bringing to the table. But I understand what you're saying. You want to be able to present certain things to your clients who are open for more things that they want to bring to the table if they're interested in this. So, how you can begin to bring this forward? First of all, I want you to get so good with your beauty work that you're doing that you feel free to put things that you are doing as far as the energy healing and the energy work. You are putting that also as your services that you offer. And then set the intention around your business to bring in clients who are open and who also wants other experiences, who are open and want other experiences. But I don't want you to think that somehow you have to kind of find a way to force it. It will eventually merge itself in. It's already there because you are there. How could it not be in your work? It's already in your work, but you want to do more of it. So for those clients, believe you me, they're going to let you know because they're going to start asking you questions like, Shaquan, what else do you do? Is there something else you do, Shaquan? They're going to ask you those questions. And when they start asking you, that's when you can let them know, I also do energy healing work. And they're going to say, "Oh, tell me more about it. What kind of energy healing do you do?" Well, if you're interested in this, if you're interested in that, I can also do this for you. So it's just going to take time. So I want you to understand that you showing up is your business is spiritual because you're there. It doesn't need outside validation of that title for it to exist. Does that make sense? So I want to give you that. I trust that it helps. In a minute, I'm going to have to go grab my charger because my laptop is about to go poop, poop, poop. We got to go to Mad Titan. Mad Titan said, should I continue my business ventures with an S? Oh, hold on. I'm going to get your question. I got to go to Sheila. She said, checking in from Memphis, where they're honoring three kings. This was a sign for a sister today. This was one of her signs of the future. And you said three kings: Elvis, Dr. King, BB King, the birthplace of Queen Aretha Franklin. Beautiful. I was in Memphis and I stayed downtown Memphis. I got to think of the hotel I stayed in downtown Memphis because I wanted to go across the street to the pyramid until I found out the aesthetics just wasn't my vibe. But I stayed in Memphis and I can't remember. I walked down the street. I put a video up. I loved Memphis. I had a great time there. Everybody was so beautiful. Yeah. So I'm distracted. Let me get focused. Mad Titan. Absolutely, you should continue these business ventures. Although I feel like there is one that you need to begin to start focusing on first. And mm, that's an interesting look. There's one that you need to focus on. You need to focus on first. And this particular business venture, though, is it's going to require you to step up a little bit. It's kind of like I feel like you're working behind the scenes. I feel like this business that you need to put the most effort into first, it's kind of like a lot of people may not know that you're the person running it. It seems kind of weird, but spirit is kind of giving me this feeling like they know you're involved in it, but they don't really know like you're the one doing, like it's like you're the person that's really running the business. And it's going to require you to sort of kind of come out and acknowledge that you are the person behind this, because a lot of people are really not sure about, I feel like there's several people involved, but they may not know who is the person really running this. And you need to just come out front and say, like, you're the person who started this, you're the person who owns this business, and take that ownership and really focus on that. I also see that one of the businesses that I see a building. So it's giving like it may be some sort of brick and mortar. And there is an opportunity maybe now or within the next couple of months for you to move. Or I feel like there may be an offer that's coming in that's going to allow you to renovate the place, to renovate the place. Just make sure that if you are signing any kind of agreements in this renovation, that it is something that is not going to put you in a chokehold if you decide to still move, because I feel like you want to take one of these businesses and shift the location, shift where it's being placed or where it is. I also feel another one of these businesses is something that sort of travels and sort of moves around, so it's one of those things where you can kind of pick it up and you can go. And that business too, although I feel like that's going to take off here in a couple of months. The other business, that is something that really just stimulates you mentally. Like mentally, it's something you're calling it a business, but it's really something that sort of feeds you. It sort of drives you. You kind of get a thrill out of working with it. And so the answer is I think you really should. But I think you should really get serious about this first business. It can pan out to be very big, but it is going to require you to sort of kind of come out and sort of be more involved in the day-to-day sort of kind of in operations of what's happening, and more of the management leadership type way. Like it's going to require you to just kind of, I'm almost getting like, in New Orleans when they dress up as the Indians and they get in the suit, it's going to require you to take the suit off and sort of kind of step up. So that's what I have for you. There you go. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. How was that for you? Let's see. You cleaned a lot of plates, and oh, that's Tina Turner. Brittany, you got me with that one. Hey, Gio. Hey, Gio. Good to see you. This is what I'm going to have to do. So, family, I am going to have to go and get my charger. And let me see what we can do in the meantime while I go get my charger. Mm, we didn't hear from Mad Titan. He must have left. I don't know if he's still here. But let me know, Mad Titan. Where is Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm looking for something here. I'm looking. Let me see. Um, hmm. Oh, the wrong one. Sorry. Give me a minute. Is that it? Okay. I'm doing something goofy here. I apologize. I'm going to get it together. Okay. I'm going to get it together, you guys. Give me just a second here. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I'll get it together here in just a moment. I know we need some music here. I'm going to play something really quick and then I'm going to come right back in just a moment. Give me just a moment, you guys. Okay, I apologize. I am back. That was an adventure, but it's all good. Let me see. Um, there we go. There we go. All right. Whew. My goodness. My goodness. All right, I'm back. Can you all hear me? Let me see. Let's see. I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so Mad Titan said, "Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Thank you. Hopefully that gave you some insight there." Let's see who was next. I don't know, Lance, if you can tell me who's next with the question. Because let's see. Go here. I'm going to go to Team Google. I'm going to get this question, even though, first of all, let me make sure. Can you all hear me? Okay. So, y'all hear music? Do y'all hear music? I have a question. Are y'all hearing music? That's interesting because, okay, let me see how y'all are hearing music. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me see. There's music. So I'm gonna check the music on. Mm, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, I think I fixed it. Can y'all hear me now? This is so wild. Is the music has the music stopped playing yet? Okay. The music is still playing? Yes. The music is still playing. Okay, so is the music still playing or did I fix it? I'm a little discombobulating. No, it's not. Okay, so the music is oh shit. Okay, the music has stopped. Thank you, Lance. Okay, so now let's go to T. McDougall. She says, "Greetings, Miss Blue. How do I better communicate with my spiritual team? Ask for direction, trusting my prompts. Sometimes I feel clueless where I'm doing." So here's the thing, when we are asking a question to your spirit team, and I'm assuming you're talking about spirit guides or you're talking about the ancestors, sometimes we won't get an answer. And the reason for that is because they want us to be empowered and to use our multisensory abilities. Does that make sense to everybody? Sometimes you're not going to get an answer because the answer is within your control, it's within your power. And you're asking something, you got to know if you're asking who, what, why, when, or where, that is coming from the mind. And so, even though they're here to sort of give us those nudges and those clues, they're also wanting you to know that you at some point have to use your abilities. And so you won't get an answer. And this is when you have to take all this work you've been doing and you have to trust what you are getting. The purpose of having tools, the purpose of having ancestors, the purpose of having angels and connecting with the divine is not so that they can take over our free will. It's not so that they can, um, do things that we can't. Now, is it good to get clarity? Is it good to get confirmation? Can we utilize them as a lifeline for ourselves? Absolutely. Just like you guys are doing that with me, and we have done that with others. But it's really to the point where if you're doing this work, then at some point, you got to recognize that this power is inside of you. And that's just it, plain and simple. You're not doing anything wrong. You're clueless because you're giving away everything and you're not trusting that you have this same ability inside of you to make these decisions because it's your life. They're not going to interfere where your will is. This is a universal law for beings that help us, that are beings of light. If you find or you're working with someone or some entity or something that is imposing upon your will, then you already know that you are working in an illusion. You're working within the matrix of your mind, which is the false matrix. Anytime these things come up, this is the false matrix. It's coming from your mind because they are not here to take away your free will. If you have a spirit guide, an ancestor, or an entity that's punking you around, scaring you, or telling you what you better do, and you need to do this, and talking to you in this sort of way, this is your mind. It's your mind. And it's not that there are not entities out there that will not, put on a good damn show to scare the shit out of you. They will, because we love to be scared in these human bodies. We scared of everything. For me, I am not scared. I'm not scared of anything in the spirit world. It's this physical world that kind of had me a little shook sometime. But the spiritual world, no. So if you've posed something and you're not getting, and you can't trust the prompts that you're getting, I want you to go back and ask yourself the question, where is this question coming from? Because see, if you're asking your mind the question, remember, we have misused our mind so much. This is why mental disturbance, mental illness is running rampant and will continue on the planet because we have overused our mind. This is true. We have overused our mind. We have dug our minds till our minds can't handle it. So you have to begin to start seeking that question within your heart. And even then, you have to make sure that we're not coming to the heart from sort of a victim mentality. Because when you ask your heart what it really knows, the heart is going to respond instantly. And it's not going to give you backstory. It's not going to give you a lot of drama. It's not going to take you into all the theatrics. It's going to give you the answer. It's going to give you the answer. So drop down in your body. Trust that when you're not getting an answer, that it's because what you're asking, really sit down and do an honest assessment about what you're asking. What are you really asking? Is this even a question? Or you just want somebody else to tell you what to do. So therefore the responsibility is not there because right now you're in the time where you're being asked to step up. Now you don't have to. No one doesn't have to accept an assignment. Whether we preordain these assignments before we incarnated on the earth, at any time, we are free agents. We are like athletes. We got open contracts. So at any time you can decide, I don't want to fulfill that contract. I want to go off and do something else. You get to do that. Nobody has soul contracts with anybody. No family members, no mama, no daddy, no sister, no soul group, no children, no wife, no husband, no soulmate, no twin flame, no, there is no binding contracts. Every soul is a free agent. But that's powerful because that means that you have consciously made a decision for every relationship and every connection that you have and you are maintaining and that you're in. You take full responsibility for your participation in the things that you're participating in. And you are doing that because this is what you desire. Nobody should be in any kind of situation, commitment, whether it's with a job or a person, that they are feeling that somehow something is holding them there. That's an illusion of what we call the matrix. And the matrix lives within the mind. That's the false matrix. That's why it's so powerful. That's why everybody is always talking about this matrix, the matrix. It's in your mind. And this is why we got to get out that damn mind. I've been talking about that for years. You'll hear more spiritual teachers start to dive deeper into the mind. So take that as a good sign. Okay, I didn't hear anything. And then you said, and trusting the prompts. So I want you to ask yourself this serious question. What are you really afraid of? Because this is fear. This is fear, and it's hard to move off of fear. Some people jump too quick off of fear, and others, you get frozen. It's like the deer in the headlight. If you've ever drove anywhere where there's lots of deers and the deer just see the light and they just stuck on pause, trauma, fear causes us to be stuck. Fear. So examine that, see where that is for you, and know that you have the answer. And if the answer is not there, be patient. Maybe there's some steps you need to take to get there. But I can tell you right now, it's time. You're being called to do something different, to get out your comfort zone. And you don't want to. So I don't want to give you ammunition to use your ancestors as the reason you're not doing it. Because they didn't respond back to you. It's nothing to respond to. Either you're going to do it or you're not. And guess what? Neither one is wrong. If you choose not to do it, that's cool. Don't do it. Maybe in 13 years from now, you'll decide to do it. But right now, that's not what you want to do. Because I already know that's what your question is. So there you go. Peace and love. Peace and love. So who's next? Who's next? Who's next, Lance? Do you know who's next? Welcome on in, everyone. Please make sure you like and subscribe. That's right. Honey, it's not even a season. You didn't pass your season. This time to step into your life. Into your life. Into your life. Into your life. I had to get some water. Excuse me. Yeah, so anyone else got any more questions? Well, hopefully that was good for you, TT. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Sing it live, live. What do you say? Oh, somebody done me wrong. Yeah. First things first. Can I get some sparkle? You sure can. I think we all need some sparkles. Curious if my heart chakra has been. Brenda is next. Okay, well, hold on. Let me get the Brenda. Where is Brenda? Where's Brenda? Speaking of which, Tupac came through real strong this week. I'll have to share that another day. Whew, he had a lot to say. He had a lot to say. Where is Brenda? Brenda, where's your question? You want to put your question back in the room, Brenda? Please. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yes, I've heard of that. Just to answer someone's questions, about 144 beings, being the number of chakras in the brain, consisting of 72 demonic seals and 72 angelic seals. We are so creative on the planet. We will separate the worlds of everything. That's why we got the tree of life and the tree of, what is it, everlasting knowing, and it depends on what tree you go into. All things are separated. So, yeah, we have a very unique way of understanding this. I would say, I would say that there is no such thing really as something being good or bad or angelic or demonic. It's just energy. Now, we can dress it up in a fancy way because I understand that we need certain elements so that we can understand about who we are. But I think at a point we go too far and we start to split ourselves in half, and it becomes difficult to come back together. And somehow we start to take on different avatar energies where we want to be the devil and the angel instead of just being who we are and choosing the vibration that we're going to vibe in. Because really it's not a separation. At this point in humanity, we needed different ways to understand things that have happened and occurred before we existed here. And the truth of the matter is, it exists because you make it exist. If you want to see the devil in your world, the devil will come, right? If you want to maintain a particular frequency and vibration, you can maintain that frequency and vibration. It may be raining outside, but it doesn't have to rain in my house because I have built a house so the rain doesn't come in. The rain doesn't come in my house, but I can build a house so that rain can come in and I can still live in it if I choose to. But what we have to do, I feel at this point, is to work on becoming whole. It's too easy to understand the mythology, or to understand philosophies about separation. That's easy. Humanity has never had a problem with separating. Never. From the time, if you go all the way back to the early teachings, and even through some of the Gnostic teachings, they talked about when God came and he sort of separated Adam and Eve. That's when that started. You understand? Prior to that, we see all kinds of depictions about how things have been separated. And that's just not in our own culture. That's in all the cultures around the world. We do a great job of this separation. So if we understand this world to be the matrix, if we understand this world to be an illusion, if we understand ourselves to be creators in this world, then why do we keep creating things that we don't want? It's because I personally feel that we've been programmed to continuously do it. We have been programmed to find ways to separate when really the mission is to understand the wholeness in it, the wholeness in it. Because when you have the wholeness in it, then there is no defining it. The moment you define it, you have separated it, you have pulled it apart. And once you pull it apart, then you begin to see confliction between one and the other. And the whole goal is to understand the wholeness. And so, it takes for humanity, for all of us to begin to grow up. is to grow up and to decide. I mean, it's cool if you want to keep playing in this old earth where everything is separated, where everything is about good and about evil. Everything is in the polarity. It's cool. You get to be there if that's where you want to live. But you also have the opportunity to create in the vibration that you are choosing to create in and maintain that vibration. And so this is sort of the call of the ancestors and the call of those who came before us. In African spiritual system, they talk about the cosmology. And when they start talking about the cosmology of how they understood the ancestors to be, they have the ancestors there. They are the true angels. You understand there is a level of the ancestors that they move up to become these ascended masters, and they become these angels because they are directly influenced in this creation process that's here. But what they also teach you is so are you. So are you. You are the God within this dimension, within this world. You see this in a lot of the Marvel comics, especially when they're talking about Thor and they talk about the different worlds and the different dimensions that they exist in. You are the God in this world. So the question I think really is for you is, are you building a world where there's demons and where there's angels? Is that the world you're building? Because if so, then that's the world you will experience. See, that's how the matrix is set up. The matrix is going to allow you to experience whatever is in this false matrix becomes the real matrix in this world. And then we begin to weave that web, and then you begin to attract those things that are also weaved into your world. So, um, I think eventually we will always have that. We will always have ways that we need to express ourselves and get people to understand about how there can be a duality within you and you can be split. But soon we're going to have to talk about how we can get to the Christos, to the Christ consciousness, to rise above that for those of us who came here to do that work. And it's not easy work because you have to maintain a high frequency. And most people are afraid to stay in a high frequency because we have become so comfortable in this dense, low energy that we think that if we are always in a high frequency, that somehow that is an error, somehow that is an illusion, and that we must somehow come down into this deeper, thick energy that is contrast to that of a higher frequency, right? Which takes you above the knowing, takes you above knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I'm not talking about wisdom that you learn through experience. Oh, I learned wisdom in relationships because all my relationships failed. So therefore, I have a lot of wisdom when it comes to relationships. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about understanding divine wisdom, which is wisdom that does not come from out of this atmosphere. It is coming from some place that is etheric. It comes from somewhere that is pure. It comes from somewhere that is not afraid. It comes from a place that hasn't been tainted by the thoughts of humanity and man. It is coming from out of these frequencies and vibrations that exist within the center of our galaxy, where there is a more unity of its existence than a separation. Than a separation. Mm-hmm. Than a separation. And so I feel personally that's where a lot of people are moving. It doesn't mean that any of those other philosophies, books, and stories and things that we've learned, it doesn't mean that any of that is wrong, because I think it served its just due. You understand? Just like some people still live by the Old Testament. They don't believe in lights, and they don't believe in having electricity. You understand, this is how that would be if we are still taking to that same premise of still taking some of these philosophies can or ideologies or mythologies, even though it's not a myth. These are real things that happen. But I challenge you to apply real time magic in your life and become a spiritual scientist and utilize it today. That's how you make real magic happen. When I'm getting these downloads, when I'm getting these psychic impressions, and yes, I study the books, and yes, I study the histories. Of course, Brother Bobby Hemmett was one of my main teachers. Of course, I do. Of course, I study them. Of course, I understand them across different platforms. But I also understand that I am existing in this time because I am here for something that is new and different. And I must make it apply in my life today, not my past life, not my life 200 years ago, not my life 1,000 years ago, not my life 600 years ago, 200 years ago, or even 90 years ago, but my life today. My life today. How can I take that knowledge? How can I take that understanding? And how can I create magic in this moment? How can I begin to exist in this existence? How can I begin to create here? How can I manifest that here? Because if I cannot, then somewhere along the line, I have got locked into the matrix of my mind. I'm locked in the matrix. And it's good for information if I just want to be someone who understands information and I can repeat facts. I can repeat history to you. This is why I don't do teaching in that way. And I understand I'm not a teacher for everybody because I sort of force you to do your own work. I'm not going to do it for you. Very few cases will I do your work. I will give you the tools and I will say, this is what you will do. And you will see the manifestation. You will see the activation because it has to come from you, from you. And then you get to witness your own power. You get to witness yourself creating and being in that seat of the creator. And it empowers you. You understand? I think a lot of times we're looking for people to teach us. Nothing wrong with that kind of teaching where you sit back and they give you great history lessons, right? But then you walk away and you still have questions. You walk away and your life hasn't changed, but you know all this shit. Nothing has manifested. Nothing has changed, but you know so much. You know it all. But what are you going to do about it? Where is the alchemy of it? How is that transpiring for you? And it's not based on what the world says. It's based on what you say. You may be very comfortable living a very modest life. Nothing wrong with that. You may not require a whole lot of things. So it's not based on a social class. It's not based on how much money you have in the bank account. It's not based on your location. It's not based on any of that. It's based on how you're feeling from within. And I'm talking about authentically feeling, not putting it on for the gram, not putting it on for the moment. When you know deep down inside, you desire something else. We live in a material world. We live in a material world. You came here to manifest. You are always manifesting. The difference is, I don't want to repeat a Nikki line. The difference is, I run businesses. No, I'm just joking. But the difference is, what does that look like for you? What does it look like for you? How are you manifesting? Are you manifesting more of what you don't want? Or are you manifesting what you want? Are you just playing with yourself? Because we can play with ourselves, right? I know many of you are much more intelligent than I'll probably ever be. I don't worry about trying to do intellectual banter. It's useless in this time. In this time, it's useless. You understand? It's useless. If you cannot balance yourself, if you cannot take care of yourself, if you do not feel safe with yourself, if you feel that your life is happening to you and not for you, it's useless. This is why alchemy and understanding what that alchemy is so important. It doesn't mean you don't have ups and downs. It doesn't mean you don't have challenges and things that demand things of you. A part of being on earth, I personally feel it's a school. It's going to challenge you. You're going to fail some shit. Some shit you're going to pass. Some things you're going to get through with flying colors. Other things you're going to have to do over and over again. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Maybe. So I know that was a long rant, but hopefully that gave you some clarity about where I stand with that 144. I probably can pull out about 70 books, literally right behind me, that can show you different ways that we can split ourselves into pieces. We can keep doing it. Remember, that was the fall, was the split into pieces. That was the part. That was the whole gag. We split. That was the whole gag. When are we gonna come together? You understand? And coming together, meaning when are you going to activate your God particle? Because all of us have a God particle inside of us that's unique. And if you don't activate yours, there's no one on this planet that can take your place with it. No one. No one. There's no one. You can't say, well, I won't do it, somebody else. Somebody else is going to do it, but it's not going to be your particle. We will miss that. That will forever be missed. It just will go down in history. That's it. It just won't happen. We will never see it. We will never know that greatness. We will never experience that. We will never get to wonder. We will never get to be in awe of your presence. We will never get to be there if you don't do it. We will never get to do it. We'll never see it. We'll never know what it feels like. We'll never know how to experience it. And this is why it's so important, because I know if you're here and you're listening to me, see, this is what we're moving from and we're moving to as we get closer to the age of Aquarius. We are getting more towards that God particle activation, that uniqueness, that difference. That's different. And it's not in something you produce. It is in you. It is in you. And then, therefore, you will put that into everything you do, everything. And we will start to see, we're starting to see it now in so many fields. I was having a conversation with the sister today. We now are having medicines on the planet that we've never had before. For the first time, the medical field are starting to acknowledge that they can cure something. Never before. In any time in our modern history, we've never had that. It's never been anything like this created. So that whole saying, nothing new under the sun, well, the gag is we done got a new sun. We done had a new sun. Our sun has already been rebirthed again. Every time we're going through these massive upgrades, we are getting a new version of our sun. A whole new version of our sun. That's why now when you see astronomers and they're tracking things, they can't really track it. And they're saying the sun has never done this. We don't have nowhere on record that the sun has ever done this. Right. Because that's a new sun. There's new particles that's being birthed inside of that sun. There are new beings that are coming to the planet that is holding the essence of that soul essence of the sun power in them, their God consciousness that lives within them. And when that gets activated, you're going to see something you ain't never seen before. You're going to hear something you ain't never heard before. The world is going to experience things it has never experienced before. So we have to make sure that we are open. We are wide open. And I'm not talking about for bullshit and low frequencies and vibration. I'm talking about we are open to the endless possibility for those of us that are here for helping with the upliftment of humanity. That's not everybody. So stop thinking everybody's going to be like you, because they not, and they not supposed to. They got a job to do. And it's not the same that you and me came here to do. It's not the same. And that's okay, because we're not here to change the world. That's not our purpose. We're not here to change the world. That's not what you're here for. Not really. You're not here to change the world. The world is going to be whirling, and all souls that are coming in is going to get what they need from the world, and they're going to make a decision whether they're going to raise their frequency and vibration or they're not. And it's okay either way. It's okay. It really is. But we don't need the whole of humanity to shift their consciousness. We just need enough of us to shift the consciousness. One conscious person is enough consciousness for about 1,000 to 1,500 people on the planet. You are holding space for that many non-conscious people on the planet. So what is your purpose? Your purpose is to expand your awareness and your consciousness, and to maintain joy and happiness, to experience that in a place where the energy is so thick and so dense that it confuses you and makes you believe that this is hell. Hell. Why do you think so much of humanity tricked themselves into believing that they only will experience heaven when they left here? That's a trick. And it's a choice at this point. You can stay in that lower frequency and vibration, and it takes work. You don't just wake up like this. It takes work, but it's not really work. It's learning how to love yourself. That's why I say self-love is the new shadow work. You no longer have to traumatize yourself in order to heal. You know, back when shamans, when the shamans first came about, they would do these things. And what they don't tell you is a lot of the shamans died. They couldn't make it out. They just wasn't up for the job. These rites of passage that we think, and we glorify these stories. There are so many of you are traumatized children who went through a rites of passage, and your ass never made it out of the Congo, because you had to spend 7 nights in the jungles and call on your ancestors and get them to speak to you and be able to talk to the animals and navigate the land, and you didn't make it. Your ass just didn't make it. So now you're back here. You're right back here again, and you're trying it again. You're trying it again, but you don't have to traumatize yourself. Many of us are coming from past lives where we were doing this same work and we were killed. We were killed, we were ostracized, or we were ran out of our land into our countries. We went into Asia, we went into Greece, we went into the mountains, we went down into the tunnels, we went underneath and inside deeper into the crevices of earth. We walked into the waters. We did all kinds of things to get out of that situation. And now we're back here. And we have more free will in this time than humanity has had in a very, very long time in the history of Earth. And so what I want to be the reminder for all of us here, be a reminder, is that decide that you're going to do it with love. Decide you're going to do it in your highest vibration. Decide how you want to navigate this space in this lifetime. In this lifetime. I was watching the brother Ace. He has a very fascinating channel on YouTube. I love watching it. And he was in, I want to say, was it Belize, Colombia, one of those countries. And I remember when I did a past life reading for a sister, And I was telling her about slavery, but the slavery was somewhere near Portugal or somewhere like that. There were different slave trades that went on, and they were one of the sisters on the show, what Ace was talking about. There was something like 10 million slaves who were taken from Africa, but by the time they made it to their destination, it was only less than 2 million that lived. So, like 7 million or something like that were killed, never made the journey. They never made the journey. You understand? And when we take these things into consideration of reincarnation, even though I would likely say most of it is not any of us here, because most of us when we reincarnate, we are, I'm not going to say we have never been in our nationalities that we are, but that may be 3 or 4 or 5 or even 10 generations back. Most of us are reincarnating in the opposite generation that we've been in. I know, that's a hell of a conundrum. It's a hell of a conundrum. And so we are navigating in these spaces from many different perspectives, and we're bringing with us. We can't say that we've been ancient on this planet for this time and we think everything happened in this lifetime. But that's a discussion for a whole nother day. Maybe we'll do another topic on that. We'll do another one. So, anywho, so if you're a man in this life, thank yourself, because you probably wasn't in your last past life. If you're a woman in this past life, thank yourself, because you probably wasn't in your last life. So eventually, some of us got so loop-de-loo. This is why we have so many different variations on the planet now, because we have incarnated so much. We are choosing to experience so many different things. So many different things. Because this earth is a place of experience. Of experience. Of experience. Yeah, T. McDougal. I know, right? Devastating, isn't it? It's devastating. I did thousands upon thousands of Akashic record readings up until this point. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. All right. Brenda J says, I feel like I'm being prepared for a relationship and spirit is calling me to get more serious. What am I being called to do or express? First of all, don't let nobody call you, prepare you for a relationship. That's your choice. If you want to be in a relationship, then choose to and prepare yourself. Be open to prepare yourself. But no one is calling you to be in a relationship or preparing you for that. That is a soul's choice. And so you don't need to get more serious. What you need to do is learn how to love yourself more. That's what you're being called to express. So if you want to be in a relationship, fall madly in love with yourself. That's going to open you up for a relationship. It's going to open you up for the right relationship. It's going to open you up to a healthy relationship. It's going to open you up to everything that you want in a relationship. But no one else, do not let anything prepare you for something that is your choice, that is your birthright. That's your birthright if you choose to be in a relationship. Don't let someone else, I call it spiritual grooming. Like a lot of women in particular, love you sisters, but you will allow these spirits and entities to groom you, to spiritually groom you by playing with these fantasies in your mind. And what will happen is you'll end up getting groomed for the wrong kind of relationship. where you don't have power, where all the power is being taken from you, and you are in a position where someone is dominant over you, and you just are in that relationship. And because you feel it's such a spiritual connection, it is because you gave your free will away. And so, therefore, it's someone else that is navigating how this relationship is going, and you're not involved in it. And this is very, very dangerous. You know, I was having a conversation with the sister today, and I said, no more shadow brothers. Stop playing with these spirits in the spirit world. Stop having sex and orgy parties, in the astral realm, because you're manifesting this in your future and you don't want to do that. And no, Brenda, I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm putting that out there because you brought up something good. So if you choose to be in a relationship, then say it proud. That's your birthright. That's your birthright. Spirit doesn't need to call you to get more serious. That's a trick of the mind. Spirit doesn't call you to get more serious in a relationship. It just doesn't happen that way. There you go. You want to be in a relationship. You see how you are maintaining. It doesn't require you to give up your power to be in a relationship. Now, there is a balance when you have a relationship because it's two people coming together. And of course, you have to form that union. I'm not talking about that. A lot of people get offensive, brothers, when they hear women talk about having power in relationship. You should have power too. Everybody should have their own power. It's not required for me to give away all of my personal power to be in a relationship. That's absurd. That's absurd. That doesn't even make sense. So don't let someone tell you that you have to listen to me and you got to do what I tell you, unless that's something you subscribe to. Because even the brothers I know that are in more of a traditional role in their relationships and in their dating, there is a level of respect. It is not about taking away your personal power. This is something that is agreed upon between who will play, how the roles and what that looks like for each other. hmm Brenda says she done with me. She over here saying, thank you, Lance. Okay, Brenda, I just wanted to give you that, sweetie. But there you go. I think you got it. I'll say less. I'll say less. But there you go. Yeah. So you're being called to express, to fall deep in love with you. Deep in love with you. That's what I want you to focus on. If you do that, I'm telling you, when you can fall madly in love with yourself, then you will attract someone who is madly in love with themselves, and you two will fall madly in love with each other. And you will be able to have a healthy, thriving relationship. Yeah. Mhm. You're welcome. Brenda said, Ms.Blue. I know, Brenda. I know. See, because I'm reading your energy. So I'm just giving it to you. Now, if y'all don't want to hear if y'all don't want to hear a real answer, don't ask the question, because I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm going to try to tone it down. No, I'm not. I'm not going to tone it down. I'm sorry. I'd rather you not want to hear what I have to say and hear the truth than say nobody didn't tell you. And then 6 months from now, we got to have a whole nother conversation. No, no, no. No, no, no. I love you too much for that. I love you way too much for that. Queenie. Hey, Queenie. uh, let Who's next? Who's next? I don't know if y'all have another question. I got my charger now. But yeah, no, we have a call coming up for everyone who has the frequency activation 1111. So be checking your email. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of days. You're next. You're next. Who's next? Who's next? The Starlight. Starlight said me. I don't know where Brother Lance is. He might be busy. Brother Lance, do you know who's next? Anybody? Where are y'all questions at? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I'm laughing at y'all in the blue room. Y'all, let me go here. Let me go to is it Taylor? Did I say it right? Can I get a body scan? Been feeling bad lately. Can't figure out the root cause. Okay. I want to talk about it. When you say, oh, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it on here. I don't want to say it on here, Taylor. Unless you want me to say it, I'll say it. Unless you want me to say it. Is it bad? No, I don't think it's bad. It's not bad for me. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't. You know what? Y'all know me too well. She said, I don't mind if you say it. Taylor, it's a couple things. Taylor said, oh my God, okay. Taylor. And you know what? Y'all are so, listen, all I'm going to say, Taylor, is, Taylor said, please, not that. Okay, Taylor, this is what we're going to do, because we are living in a world where anything is possible. So what I'm going to do, Taylor, I'm going to find another question. I'm going to put the question, I'm going to put something else. Let me go to Brother Lance, since he's our moderator for tonight. We're going to go to Brother Lance. I'm just going to put Lance's question up in the room. That's it. That's it. And Taylor, you can ask me something else. Because I don't want to answer that question. I know you don't want me to answer that question. And Taylor, anything is possible. And we are still in the frequency and the vibration in the West of the 25th. So I want you to hold that frequency and vibration and listen. We're not going to focus on what we don't want to happen. We're going to focus on what we want to happen. That's what we're going to do. And Queenie said she had a question. Queenie, what's your question? Brenda, you know what? Listen. So we're going to go to another question, Taylor. That's it. We're going to act like we're just going to take this out of the records. We're just going to take it out. And then I want you to get another question for Miss Blue, and I will answer your question right after I answer, because Queenie said she has a question. I'm gonna answer Queenie's question. And then she said, "Oh my God, I hope y'all playing." Well, I don't know if they're playing. I'm not playing, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, just ask another question, because you don't want Miss Blue to answer that question right now. I already know you don't. Mm-mm. Brittany Vise said, "I think you got your answer." Okay, okay, okay. All right, let me go to Queenie's question. Okay, y'all, I'm not going to be so silly tonight. Queenie says, "Please give some insight about thigh." Ooh, I don't want to tear the name up. Um, Joining the military in like the next few months. Okay. I think it's wonderful. And let me tell you why I think it's wonderful. Because this is what he wants to do. It's what he wants to do. I think it's wonderful because I'm in his energy and he's actually really excited about it. He's really excited about it. And that's why I think it's wonderful. He's going to be fine. He's excited about it. This is what he truly wants to do. He wants to do it. Now, I think in front of you guys, he may be kind of playing it down because I see a lot of people around him has a lot of fear about it and they have a lot of adverse thoughts about it, but he doesn't. He doesn't. And he understands that this is a way that he's going to be able to thrive. Interesting enough, because I can't say his name, but I want to say there is a thriving in it. Um, but this is something that he wants to experience. And he knows that this is going to give him that jump forward that he needs at this particular time. Um, and a way for him to, I feel like there's a family involved. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's a family involved and he feels like this is going to do so much for him and his family and what he wants to achieve in his life for his family. So I feel really good about it. I don't feel my worldviews on things are not based on, it comes from more of a spiritual perspective. So I don't see this as a negative. I see this is honestly something he wants to do. He's made up his mind about it. And this is what he wants to do. It's what he wants to do. He wants this challenge. And it's not his first time being in a position. He's had a past life where he has worked in this arena. Queenie said, "Wow, beautiful." Yes. She said, "Yes, you are saying exactly what he says." Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm reading his energy. Like he is very clear on this. If I had a picked up that he wasn't, and this is out of fear or something, he's not doing it for those reasons at all. Absolutely not at all. And I think it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be that challenge that he needs, and he's going to thrive in it. Like he's going to thrive in it, and he's going to make a difference in what he's doing in so many different ways that I don't even want to get into that because I don't want to get into that whole thing. But yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mhm. Yeah. 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 So congratulations to him and his family. And yeah, he needs that kind of challenge. He needs that kind of challenge. He is a warrior at heart. And Yeah. 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 This is what he wants to do because he has a vision for what he's utilizing it for. He's not blind. It's for his family. Getting married in a few weeks and moving to California. Second baby is due in December. Yeah, he's saying it's for his family, but it's for him. He needs it. I mean, because he can go work somewhere else for his family, but he needs this. He needs this. You understand? It's how he needs. He's a warrior at heart. He's a warrior at heart. Hmm. Well, congratulations on another baby. Another beautiful baby coming in. Coming in. Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. You'll have to keep us posted. Taylor said, I'm so stressed I can't even think of a new question. Finna have nightmares tonight. Please don't have nightmares. Don't. We're just joking with you. We're just kidding. We're just joking with you. What I want you to do is I want you to get some rest. You're going through a very integrated period at this particular time. And so you will see that you will start to feel better in a couple of days. I want you, if you can, make sure you're getting plenty of rest, make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, and just allowing the energy to kind of flow through you. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Y'all leave her alone. Don't tell Taylor nothing else. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Oh, let me keep abreast of the time because it looks like we've been up here for about 2 hours. So there you go, Taylor. You're good. You know what? I love how y'all ask about 20 questions in one. Speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out to everyone who I'm too young and turned. You know what, Taylor? Speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out to everyone who wait a minute, is today Saturday? Today's Saturday. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who had received the Oracle Files readings. They have been off the Richter scale, and I've been doing the visionary guidance sessions. Those have been simply amazing as well. Make sure you click the link in the bio if you're interested in getting a more deep dive into the questions that you all are asking me that you want to know. Whoever I pick is next. Okay, thank you, Brother Lance. Lance said enough of that. But you guys have been amazing, and I have loved, 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 loved doing it. So if any of you want to get a reading, if you want to have the one-on-one, or if you have a question and you need me to do a deep dive in it, you can definitely click that and go. Hey, C Diggs, good to see you. April the Crystal, good to see you as well. Tremel, good to see you. I know I keep thinking today is Sunday too. Um, I must have missed something. What Journey done said? I'm not. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. I'm not. Let me see what Maya says. Hi, Miss Blue. Hope you're well. Can you please connect with my cousin to see if she has a message for me at this time? Uh, okay. Well, when you say cousin, that's a little subjective because I see a male and a female coming forward. So, was your cousin a male or a female? Please. Because I see two cousins that's coming forward, but I actually see a male that's coming forward with a message and incidentally holding what looks like a bag, but it is a bag. Hmm. She's a female. Do you have a male cousin that's on the other side, please? You said this cousin is a female. She's there, but she's kind of standing back. But this is a male, and it really is giving cousin energy. It's giving a male cousin, and he has something that looks almost like a duffel bag, almost like sometimes you see football players will carry, or basketball players, and he has like a big cousin that's coming forward at this time. And oh, you have a younger uncle. I could be wrong. It was given more cousin vibes, but it could be him. Let's see if this is him. Um, but he has a duffel bag, and as I get into his energy, uh, it's like my throat is getting very congested. It's like my throat is getting very, very, very congested. But the message that he has to bring to you has to do with love. This has to do with love and relationships. And he's saying that whatever you do, don't compromise yourself. Don't put yourself in a position where you're compromising your morals. Don't compromise your boundaries. Don't compromise, your self love. Like, don't put yourself in a position where you're just willing to do anything just to maintain or to keep this thing going. But he's talking about you setting some very healthy boundaries. Like, there's people in your life that need to have some boundaries. Like, you need to put some healthy boundaries between the relationships, and these can be intimate relationships or these can be platonic. Again, my throat. And the other thing is, he wants you to I got the message. To be more assertive when it comes to you standing up for yourself and speaking your truth, and having that courage, like having that courage to speak your truth, and to don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on what you know is right. Don't give up on when you know someone has your best interest, and when someone doesn't have your best interest. Like, don't give up on that. Like, absolutely don't do that. Like, stand in your light. Like, stand in your light. Like, he's literally saying stand in your light. He's holding this bag. So um let me ask you a question. Are you planning on going on some sort of trip with someone? This can be someone you're dating. This could be a group of friends. Are you planning on taking a trip with someone, Maya? Mm, 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 I'll wait for Maya. I'll wait for Maya. Maya, can you still hear me? Been having pressure in my throat lately. I would love to take a trip. Okay, so you're not planning on traveling. Just know if an opportunity or something comes up and you've been having issues with your throat lately, I need you to make sure you're speaking your truth. I need you to make sure you're setting healthy boundaries, because I see your uncle is standing there and he's standing very firm. So this gives me the impression that there may be a male in your life that you need to start setting some healthy boundaries with. and make sure that you are not compromising your personal integrity and your personal boundaries of who you are, just for the sake of a connection, of a friendship, of a relationship, or a possibility of something that's there. Okay. Okay, let me know how that resonates with you. But your cousin, your uncle is there because he looks pretty young. So this is why I'm saying cousin. So I want you to think that. I want you to think that to make sure that you understand about that. About that. And if you would love to travel, you can take yourself on a trip. But make sure if something comes up that you don't have to compromise in order to go on the trip, or you don't have to compromise your integrity to take this trip. Just kind of keep that, and just kind of stay open with that. Yeah, you really need to speak your truth. Yeah, you need to speak your truth. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. For sure, Maya. But your cousin is there. Your uncle is there. That's it. Hmm. Yeah. So I want you to work on loving yourself, which I know you are, and making sure that you are speaking your truth. She said, yes. Let's see. She said, it does resonate with me. Thank you. I'm having some issues when it comes to the relationship with my father. Hmm. Yeah. Set some healthy boundaries. Set some healthy boundaries there, Maya. Set some healthy boundaries, some real healthy boundaries. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Woo. Oh yeah, honey. You gonna need, let me tell you what you do. Get you a piece of paper. I know it's your daddy. You don't never want to be disrespectful. I get it. But you need to sit down and write some things out, and you need to make sure you're journaling these thoughts and you don't let them sit within yourself, that you journal these thoughts so you can get them out of you, because it's sort of causing you to close up. Been talking that fast for 2 hours straight. I know that's right. Well, y'all know sometimes I can go 6, 7, 10 hours. I just, soon as I got in Maya's energy, my throat closed up. And I know when that happens, that this is related to the throat chakra. And this is Maya's energy, which is so beautiful, by the way, Maya. So I want you to do that. I need you to kind of step out on courage. On courage. I need you to step out on courage. And by the way, it's time for you to take that class. It's time for you to make those moves that you want to make. Stop second guessing yourself and do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. Hmm. Another classic you've been watching on TV. What's the classic? What you been watching? Ms.Blue, I have another question. Would love to hear from my father. You have another question? Did I answer one of your questions? Let me see where we are, honestly. Let me see where we are. We went all night till the sun came up. I know, Shaquan. We're not doing that. Black Gold said, listen, can I get a body scan? You know what? I'm Black Gold said, listen, while y'all doing all of this, can I just get a body scan? Okay. She said, pretty please. All right, Black Gold, let's do a scan. Let's do a scan. Let's do a scan. Let's do a scan. Although I know it was people in front of you. Wait a minute. Starlight said, can I know which guides are here with me? I can figure the rest out. You know what? She said, look, I can figure the rest out. Michael C said, I've been listening to Ms.Blue for 14 years. First time I seen, really? Where you been, Michael? Well, you're not too far off. I think I just started showing myself 2 years ago, maybe, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah. I don't look like I did 14 years ago, but I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing all right. I'm okay. Okay, let me answer Black Girl's question. But good to see you. Oh, okay. You've been waving your cosmic, both of your arms. Is my man close? Listen, everybody who want a man, who want a woman, and everything in between. This summer, which officially we are getting ready to kick that off, love is in the air. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Make sure you're loving yourself. Love is in the air. Make sure you're loving yourself. I'm going to say that again. Love is in the air. Make sure you're loving yourself so you are vibrating and you are attracting and you are connecting with those that are on your true, authentic frequency. Because what I don't want to happen is for us to have a lovey dovey summer. And then the fall time comes, we got to spend the rest of the year picking ourselves back up. We're not going to do that. Okay? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. It is enough of us who have been doing the work on ourselves for all these years, not for play, but for real, that there is no reason that you cannot find wonderful, beautiful other souls to connect yourself with for healthy, beautiful relationships. Okay? You can do it. I got faith in you. You can do it. Let me get back to the question. What was the question? Oh, Black Gold. Let me put Black Gold up here. Black Gold wants a body scan. Let me do a body scan on you real quick, Black Gold. Okay. So I want you to know that you are in the process of healing, of healing, of healing. And healing is a messy, 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 messy job. But everything looks beautiful, but I can see I see a lot of new, what I would like to call it's like little sparks of light, like sparks of light, which are cells. And whenever I can look into someone's body and I see all of these sparks of light, it tells me these are new cells. Like these are new cells, like these are brand new, fresh, healthy, vibrant, fill of God light cells. And that's most of your body. Like it's literally most of your body. I can see pockets of these cells, like these are new cells that are there, which whenever I see that in someone's body, I know that they've gone through massive healings, right? We know that we go through this turnover of our cells. Oh my goodness. You said I had a stem cell transplant 6 years ago. Well, listen, it took because these cells are, I mean, they twinkle, twinkle, little star. They're all over. They're absolutely all over. They're everywhere sparkling. So those stem cells transplant, these cells are doing what they need to do, and the new cells are coming back even stronger and stronger. So everything that you're doing, keep doing it. What I need you to stay away from, because you are a highly, 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 highly sensitive being. Sensitive. Like if somebody slaps somebody in China, you will wake up in the middle of the night and say, what was that? You can feel it. So I need you to strengthen your aura. And you're going to do that by definitely keeping your frequency raised high and keeping your energy raised high. You cannot indulge in things that are too triggering and activating. It's not good for you. Like you can never watch the news and you can never watch the Diddy trial if there's ever a Diddy trial. You can't watch stuff like that because that stuff will linger with you. So, really invest in things where you can make a difference, where you can totally make a difference and you can receive the difference. Like you can receive love and stay open to making sure that you're staying open to love. And this is what you've been focused on. And also, you are going to have to eventually change your perception about humanity and the world. I know I said it. You gotta change your perception about humanity and know that humanity is not doomed. All is not lost. The world has not gone to hell in a hell basket. None of that is happening. I need you to be able to find the beauty in everything. You understand? This is where I want you to live. Is to be able to see the beauty and to see the balance in everything and stay neutral. She said, you are reading me like a book. Yeah, stay neutral. Stay neutral because you have done something so powerful here. And literally, I was just talking about how we get a chance to reincarnate on the planet. And a lot of times, our litmus test for reincarnating is our lifestyles and how we live. Well, not only have you changed your lifestyles quite a few times, I can see, but you have also energetically changed your whole blueprint. Your whole divine blueprint has changed. The blueprint that you came to the planet with, you read those blueprints and decided that that's okay. I got those lessons. I'm going to give that back to you and I'm going to choose another assignment here. And so, where you are right now, of what you're feeling at this, is that it's time that you make a decision on how you're going to accept that assignment and you're going to begin to move forward in that assignment and embrace it with love and joy. And it needs to be something that lights you up and makes you feel fulfilled. You understand? And that you are not out here trying to save people because you can't save anybody. Everyone has to save themselves. But you are being more of the example and helping people to recognize how powerful they are. Like I show you guys how powerful you are and really help you to show the light. She was like, yep. I was like, no thanks, I don't want that blueprint. So you've done that, and this is a lot of things that you can now begin to spread into the world. And so if you're feeling a little like movement, right? Or you're feeling like maybe you have some days where your energy feels zapped. This is only because you're being propelled to a whole new timeline, a whole new timeline, because your frequency now has changed. It's completely changed. Don't be surprised if you lose friends. Don't be surprised if people start ghosting you and you don't know why. Don't be surprised if you start going places that really used to do it for you and be involved in things that used to get it for you that no longer get it for you. And now you're just looking for other things. It's because now just, you're going to take a little bit of downtime of just resting because you're getting ready to amp back up again. So make sure that you're getting your minerals in, make sure you're getting some of that beautiful sunlight in, and that you are doing some wonderful breathing techniques, getting that air and breathing and getting out in nature and doing those things that bring you absolute joy, that lifts you up, that allows you to laugh and feel free and joyous and really, really making sure you keep your heart open to receive and allowing the universe to surprise you. So there you go. That is your body scan. Mm. That is your body scan. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. I love what Brother Lance said. He said the universe spirals around you, and he put YOU. And then he said at Black Gold. Absolutely. And so perfect is your name, Black Gold. How perfect is that? Ms.Blue in my next. Okay, Sarah K. Sarah K, what's your questions? What's your question? What's your question? I mean, she was just, whew. I love the sparkles. Let me get some sparkles. Everybody needs that. We need the sparkles because it was beautiful to see your cells light up like that. That was incredible. It was incredible and beautiful to see. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Sarah K., what's your question? I don't think I have anything else left in my little. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Sarah K said, can you connect me with my father? He has transitioned long ago. Let's see. Let's see if we can go find Daddy. Mm-hmm. 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 Let me ask you a question. Um, because you have quite a few ancestors. Your father's coming through. He looks like he's coming through younger, but I think he was a younger man when he passed. Was your father, did he pass via accident or murder, please? Because it's giving the song, and I just need to know. I just need to know. Was it an accident of some sort? Your father's passing. He's starting to dance every time you hear. It was natural causes. Really? What kind of work did your father do? Your brother died of an accident. Okay, maybe this is your brother with your dad, because there are several men that are there. There are several men that is coming forward. So your brother died of an accident, and your father died of natural causes. Let me ask you a question. When your father passed away, well, no, 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 no. Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me stay focused here. When your father passed away, was there distance between you and your father? Was he living one place and you living somewhere else? Was there distance between the two of you when your father passed away, please? Yes. Okay. I'm going to say this is him, but your brother also stepped forward because he's the one showing me the accident, even though in his mind he said he was murdered. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because he started playing that song, Murder, She Wrote. They're saying it was an accident. That wasn't no damn accident. This is what your brother is saying, but that's a whole nother story because he had a very unique sense of humor and personality. But your father and your brother are both here. And so I want to get back to your father because um natural causes. I feel like when your father passed away, he wasn't himself. Like he was not conscious of who he was. Did he have some sort of condition of his did he okay, what did you say? She said, Miss Blue, my older brother and my father are speaking to you. Yes. Both of them are there because I see quite a few of them. But I want to talk about your father because initially I thought your brother was your father. That's why I said he's coming through mighty young. Um, and that's why I asked you about the accident or being murdered or being, that word unalive. You can't say that on YouTube. Unalive, excuse me. Um, your brother had mental illness and died in a car accident. Ah, okay. Okay. This is a little tricky. I'm gonna have to focus, soul family. I'm gonna have to focus. So you're okay because there is a person that had the mental illness, but you're saying that wasn't your father. That wasn't your father. Okay. I just want to verify. So, w- what did your father pass away of? Your brother died of an accident. No drown, they say. No drown, they say. They said of an accident, no drowned, they say. She said, okay, so I'm speaking to your brother. Okay. Yes, your father is still here, but was your father able to speak before he passed away? Because he's very reluctant to speak. And I feel like there was something with his brain going on with your father because he's still a little reserved and a little confused about what happened to him. Now, your brother, on the other hand, he's cutting a fool. He's singing songs, he's doing all kinds of stuff. I just kind of want to walk this through. I'm a little curious because your father is kind of standing back a little bit. Was your father involved in your life? Because I see distance between you and your father. So I feel like, was he involved in your life when you were growing up? Let me know, Sarah Kay. He said, yes, we were very close. How old were you when your father passed away? Did you two live together? That's the thing. Was your father in the home? Did you live with your father when he passed away? We may have to get on the phone because there's some missing pieces. And I'm not going to say I'm reluctant to just put those missing pieces out there. But you were not there when he passed away. Mm, hmm. Okay. How old were was your father when he passed away? Was he under 60, please? mm, 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 mm. Miss Blue, my dad and another brother passed away, and I wasn't there. I was in my 20s, and he was in his 70s. Okay. All right. So, and I don't, just hear me out, because I'm just going to give you this information. Okay. Just hear me out. And I only do this because um this is what I'm picking up. I, I don't feel like your father passed. Okay. 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 The other brother that died from, okay, I got it now, an accident. Okay. And drowned. Okay. Okay. So it's three men. Okay. Yeah. It's several of them over there. Okay. Your father, though, I feel, well, it's not important. It's not important. I think he wants that to be known. It's kind of like when they say he passed of natural causes. I don't know how natural that is, but I think it's important to understand that he did have some things going on within his brain. So I don't know why they would have said he passed of I don't know what that means, natural causes. He doesn't acknowledge that, though. Just let me say that. But the message is, one, your father is there with your brothers, is there with your brothers, that is there. And I also show that your family was somewhat complicated. Like, am I saying that correctly? Your family was somewhat complicated, and your family was somewhat complicated. I mean, and who family isn't? But there's a lot of family things that sort of is going on. Are you aware of that? Like, this is a lot. Like, this is good. Like, I want to dive in. I want to talk to them all. They said he had some kind of heart attack. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's fine too, but I think he also had some other underlying issues that was there, which is either here nor there. The main thing your father wants you to know is that he loves you. He loves you. She said, Miss Blue, you have no idea. Oh, yes, I do. Cause they are, your brother is telling me everything. And I'm trying to get him to be quiet so I can focus on trying to talk to your dad. And your dad is, he kind of being a little tight lip. He's saying things, but he not saying a whole lot of things. Cause he like, wait a minute. What is this? What's this? Let me see. But he does want you to know that he loves you. He loves you so much. And he wants you to know that he's proud of you, because there was even some controversy about that, of maybe he didn't uh accept your life, your lifestyle, your choices. Like, you question whether your father would be okay with some of the things and decisions you're doing. And he wants you to know that he loves you, and he's very proud of you. And he wants you to live your life to the complete fullest, and to know that the family is not cursed. Because this is one of the rumors that's kind of floating around, like something with this family and all these people passing away. No, 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 no. That's not the case at all. And your father is clarifying that, like, we're no, that's not it. Is your mother still with us, please? Because it's some real interesting it's some interesting things with your family, Sarah. Is your mother still with us, please? She's alive and kicking. Beautiful. Now, how many wives did your father have? I'm just curious. Was it just your mother? The women in the family are strong. Good, good. Was it just your mother? He had a wife before your mom. Okay. All right. All right. Your father is a very complicated man in his own thinking. You understand of how he processed his thoughts. But your father is very proud of you and he loves you very much. And let me ask you a question. Did you recently buy some new kitchen appliance? Why can I only hear Miss Blue talking? Because I'm the only one talking. Greetings, Priestess Donnelly. Yeah, I'm the only one talking. So, did you recently buy something for your kitchen, Sarah? Ooh, this is we gonna have to next time we gonna have to do these on the phone because y'all can't type fast enough. I don't know what Sarah over there doing. Sarah? You have a new kitchen. Okay. Well, your father is acknowledging the kitchen and he's telling me, Miss Blue, please tell Sarah I was with her when she was getting the things for the kitchen. So your father is letting you know he's acknowledging your kitchen. You said, I have a new kitchen. So I give you that so you can have confirmation that your father is with you. He hears you when you're talking about him, when you're speaking to his picture. He hears you everything when you're pouring libations. You're telling him how much he loves you. He loves you as well. He will forever and your brother be your guardian angels. He's so proud of you. He's so proud of the journey that you're about to take and the things that you're getting ready to start doing. And again, he has acknowledged your kitchen because he's like letting her know when she was buying the things for the kitchen. He was there with you and you just kind of solidified that. You said, I have a new kitchen. So this is sort of your proof and your evidence that your father is there with you. And he truly, truly is so, so proud of you. And he wants you to live your best life. That's what he wants you to do. He doesn't want you to spend time feeling sad or down or missing him because he is still right there with you every step of the way. He wants you to know that and will forever be your guardian angel. He wants you to know that. He wants you to know that. He wants you to take care of yourself. Look out for your family, keep doing the things that you love, and keep living your life, because he is still very much alive and well. And your brother is living his best life and being a beautiful clown and a jokester. As well, and they are sending you love as well. And they want you all to know that they are looking out for the whole family and everyone. Who is the artist in the family? Because your father is holding up, I don't know what this is. It looked like some watercolors, like a picture. Was your father an artist? Because he's like proud of this. He's smiling and he's holding up a picture. You're the artist. Okay, so your dad, he's so proud of it. He's holding up, he's showing me this artwork and these paintings, and he's like, you make art. Well, he is so excited about this. And now he's excited that I finally can understand him. It's almost like he has a different dialect. It's almost like we speak a different language. I don't know if you can help me with that, Sarah, but it kind of took me a minute to kind of translate his vernacular. I don't know if it's another language or just the way he speaks, because his vernacular does that. Well, he's holding up the art picture and he's so proud of it. And he's showing it to everyone, by the way. But yes, he is so proud of you, and he's proud of this artwork. He's proud of what you're doing, and he loves you for all the things that you're doing. Oh, you wait a minute. Girl, listen. Listen, my family, my mama's family is Ethiopian, but I can't speak none of the languages. But your daddy over here with all of these words he was speaking, I was having a hard time ear hustling, trying to translate. Why is this man talking to me like I'm trying to figure out what dialect is this? So it took me. You know what? Y'all keep me sharp. I love y'all. Y'all keep me so sharp. Because I was about to give up. I'm like, I have not struggled to do a mediumship reading in a long time. What is happening? This man is not. I don't know what dialect this is, but I'm going to have to get my skills up because I'm like, why am I having such a hard time understanding? Oh, okay. So we solved the mystery, Sarah. So there he is. Your father is so proud of you and loves you. Your brothers are there. Definitely, your father is so proud of you, and he wants you to know how it's literally bringing him almost to tears when he see how far you've come and the things that you have overcome, because he's stressing that, like it's so much you've overcome, he's saying, and how far you've come and so much more you still have to do. And he loves you so much. He loves you, absolutely love you. And he's like holding up all of these fingers. So I know that even though you may have had your family, there's many people he considered to be family, and he loves them all, and he is there. He is definitely around your mother. He is definitely around all of the children, definitely around the grandchildren, extended family. So he's kind of like all over the place with friends and family and people who were connected to him, you know. But you got an interesting family, honey. I'm gonna have to get my language so I can understand a lot of what your daddy was trying to tell me because I was a little confused there. And but yeah, I do want to let you know. And your brother is still saying that he was unalived, that it wasn't an accident. Now, I will tell you, I am trying to talk to his higher self. He is still joking around and, being who he is, but he is convinced that there was some other stuff that was going on. It wasn't no accident, but your brother had distinguished thoughts, but on the interim, he has crossed over successfully. He is with your father, and he's also with his other brother. And yeah, he was he put the bad in the bad boy. Yeah, he put that yeah, he gave Martin Lawrence and them and Will Smith a run for their money, but he is convinced this wasn't no accident. It wasn't no accident. But he is thriving. He is doing well as well. And they are all together and they all showed up. It's been a minute since I've just seen three beautiful brothers all come forward at one time. So it took a minute because, see, here's the thing, so you can know. Yeah, it was not an accident. Absolutely. Um, i- when spirits come through, usually when they're over 60, 65 years old, they will come back looking younger. So your dad came through looking like your brother, that young. So that's why I was like, well, did your father pass away when he was young? You understand? And so I was trying to figure out which one is the dad because there was quite a few people that was standing there. So when spirits get older, they come back. They come back when they were in the prime of their life, when they were looking their best. If they're past 60, they come back looking their age. Yes. And your brother was in his late 30s. See, he came back looking his age. You understand? So your brothers came back looking their age. But your dad came back looking their age too. He came back looking like he was in his 30s, his late 30s. You know, Papa was coming back looking like that, but he was being real quiet. He didn't want to say nothing. And then when he started talking, I was like, that dialect, that's this a little different. Like it took me a minute to kind of pick up on what he was saying. Um, but yeah. I'm glad. This is some of the work that I love doing. It's a big part of why I do this work is so that I can sort of connect you with your loved ones. No, you didn't do anything wrong because I don't want you guys to tell me anything. Just ask me who the person is. I'm going to let you know if I can really go in these cosmic streets and go find your ancestors and bring them to you. But I also want you to know they can hear you. So your father gave you proof. Not only could he hear you, he can see you. Not only was your brother really there, the first thing I told you was about the accident or someone being unalive. I told you about the kitchen. You told me you just got a new kitchen. Listen, I don't care how good I think I am. You can't make this up, but I'm not the only one that can do it. We can all connect with our ancestors, and they're always there when we call. You understand? They're like the song, they are always there when we call. So they send us proof. They come back, and I love that I can get some things that mean nothing to me but everything to you to give you. Jennifer, I know you did not come in here and drop that damn question. But let me wrap up with Sarah. Sarah, sending you so much love. And by the way, your daddy said, I need to see some of your art. It is out of this world. I would love to see some of your artwork. So please feel free to email me or share with the Remix family because I want to see that beautiful art. Because if it looks anything like what your daddy showed me, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes. All right. All right. All right. Jennifer. You did not, Jennifer, just drop that question. Let me see what time it is. Hey. Sheila. We all over here clutching our pearls. Ah, Journey, let me look at Journey question. Let me look at Journey's question. Because y'all are just, oh, you're on TikTok. Okay. Well, definitely. Are you under Sarah K? Well, do me a favor. Please don't make me work hard. Please send me a link and I would love to look at it. Yeah, if you're open to share that, I would love to look at it because your daddy showed me your artwork. I don't do too much TikToking. I don't do too much TikToking. I need to, but I don't do too much TikToking. Journey said, Miss Blue, can you give us some beauty, glamour, magic tricks? Or no, not tricks, tips. Y'all don't want tricks. I think y'all know tricks. I need to give y'all some tips. How we feeling? I've been up here for 3 hours, you guys. Thank you, Sarah. 3 hours. Let me see, Journey. Let me see. How we feeling? How's everybody feeling? Hey, Priestess Erica. Hey, Maria. Hey, Maria. Hey, everybody. Hey, Caleb. Everybody coming in the door. Jennifer came through the door with a question. Hey, Jolie. Jolie James said, Miss Blue, I need some career help. Okay, listen. This is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pause for the cause, y'all. Miss Blue, I've been doing readings since this morning about 9 o'clock. I'm just giving y'all the rundown. I'm not making excuses. Taylor's still shaking in her boots. But thank you for the earlier room. I'm getting older. I'm getting older. I'm getting old. I'm not up late like I used to be. You are so welcome. I know I'm probably older than everybody in here. What do you mean you're not used to being up so late? Yeah, we all need to be getting our butt in the bed. Hey, Marjorie. Hey, Jocko. Good to see you. Y'all are doing great. Been busy with mom all day. Give Lady Grace some love. What a day. Okay, let me answer Journey's question. I'm about to be. You know how the little kids, when they get sleepy, they just kind of get all over the place. Yeah, yeah. My inner child is gonna come out. So, um, I don't know what kind of beauty and glamour tips. What do y'all want to know? What do y'all want to know about? I think I've shared anything y'all asked me, like about the skin thing. I told y'all what I do with the skin thing. Castor oil, glass bottle, no secret. By the way, did you guys know Alternative Health um started a cleanse? They started like a weight loss cleanse today. I had put it in the story. I eventually want to bring the brothers on to do a show. So we have definitely got to get a time because they are doing some amazing work out here and helping people to get healthy and get on their healthy journey and maintenance journey of their life. Nails. These are my nails. I just get the little overlay on them. They're just my nails I let grow out. hmm I know y'all got all these questions. I know y'all got all these questions, but honestly, this is what I'm going to do because I didn't give out my announcement. Journey, I know that was kind of like a blanket answer. I know you want kind of like a deep dive, so we're going to have to do that. Yep, I told you guys about the castor oil. I do that on the castor oil, every night after I do my skincare. And yeah, hmm hmm I do that. Well, thank you, darling. Thank you. I work on my skin. I work on it. I do from the inside out. That's the thing. I'm a water baby. I say drink your water. It does wonders for you. Drink water. Just drink water. Water is good for you. Good thing of water. What about under eye bags and puffiness? Take a paper towel, get some ice in the morning. But you also should be getting some lymphatic massages because this is a circulation issue along with a deficiency in minerals. So you want to make sure that you're drinking and getting some serious um, minerals in your body. Priestess Erica says, we want a product list. Hands, hand moisturizer, lip care. Oh, I got that lip care. Erica, you know what the lip care is. Erica knows the lip care because we've been on that same lip care regimen for a long time. And Bath and Body Works got that lip care regiment. Do y'all know what it is? The CO Bigelow overnight mask that come in the little blue tube. That and what is it called? The Larange. I can't think of a Lamage lip care. It's good. But I tell you, when I brush my teeth at night, I brush my lips and I put castor oil on it at night. That's what I seal my lip mask with at night. I seal it with castor oil. Mhm. Sometimes 8 glasses of water, but, just making sure you get that glass of water in is good. Maybe 6, maybe 5, but get that water in. That water is just gonna do you good. You don't have to overdo it because I'm not one of them people to overdo the water, but when you're thirsty and drinking water and make sure you get that's right. That's why we got the Oracle Kisses. Oracle Kisses. I have been trying to grow my lashes. So you guys don't see me with the false lashes anymore, but my lashes are really growing and thanks to castor oil cuz that's amazing. I saw on TikTok that said you can use apple cider vinegar hmm for lip care. I could see that. I could see that depending on what you have going on with your lips. I can see that. I would think the vinegar, though, I think it would be good for cleansing, but it may dry your lips out. Um, I have to send you rosebud salves. Oh, yes, I have that too. I use all the CO Bigelow from Bath and Body Works. That is my jam. That is my jam. I do that all the time. I love that. I've been using that now since it first came out, maybe 10, longer than that, 15, 20 years ago. Mhm. It's good. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you gotta brush them lips. You brush them lips. Every time I brush my teeth, I brush my lips. I even have a lip brush for my lips that I brush my lips with. Just my lips. Mhm. Really works. And then after you brush them, if you have whatever your lip treatment is, if you have an overnight lip mask, and then you just take a little bit of castor oil and put on, listen, you're going to be kissing Oracle kisses yourself when you wake up in the morning. You're going to be like, ooh, look at them lips. Look at them lips. Look at them lips. Hmm. So there you go, Journey. There you go. Hmm. You know what? I'm so glad you mentioned that, Mega Miss Little Oracle Kisses, because I'm gonna tell y'all I got a T-shirt coming that says Oracle Kisses. Yeah, literally Oracle Kisses. Yeah. Hmm. It's gonna be real cute. It's gonna be real cute. Real cute. Yeah, you got to brush the lips. And then y'all do the tongue. Do y'all remember we in Self Invested, we did the whole oil pulling? I don't know if you guys remember when I was totally obsessed with oil pulling. I discovered oil pulling and I was around here pulling my gums to the high heavens. I have a different regimen now, but I still do it every now and again. Oil pulling is good. And, the whole tongue scraping and all of that. I had some issues going on with my gums some years ago, and I just dove into that whole study, and it opened up a whole new world about teeth and gums and everything, all of that. Yeah, so it's some good things, but maybe we will do a class on that, or I'll do a little show on that. I really want to do something on fragrance, um, because I think it's important to understand, and especially natural fragrances and how we can begin to use them in the sisters workshop that we did, Stardust Magic, with the pretty girl magic as we call it, with the priestess, and everybody came to that workshop. I talked about ways to use essential oils and how to mix these elixirs together. And yeah, how to stay so chill and in patience, by being grounded and trusting yourself and recognizing that it's not about controlling, allowing the outside to be proactive, more proactive, and not reactive. That's how you do that. That's the only way you're going to get chill and patience. When you recognize that you're responsible for your own emotion, your emotional component and meter. Hmm. Yeah, I love me some good smell goods. They can get pretty expensive though. Whew, my goodness. When you get those master craftsmen together that is mixing those elixirs together, they understand the transformational power of perfume. And you know, mhm. Essential oils with their intelligence keep me insane. Absolutely. It's one of the ways that, they say there are so many ways to get to heaven, and through the senses, through the scent of smell is one of the ways you get to heaven. It's one of the ways you get to heaven. Um, the scent of smell is one of our sensories that, out of all of our senses, um you can connect it with the frequency, and you can connect it with a person, a place, or a thing. So you can sort of kind of freeze time with a scent. So when there is something that I need to get done, I talked about this on Instagram, and there's something, I will buy myself a new fragrance, and I will connect that fragrance with that. When I travel to places I haven't been, I try to get a native scent of that region of the world, because I will smell that and it will teleport me there. You can do that as well through oils, essential oils, and perfumes, but you can also do that through spices and foods as well. You can do that. You can do that. You can do that through spices and foods. I tried to order Beyonce perfume Ms.Blue. They wanted to charge $30 for UPS ground. I'm like, really? Yeah, I'm going to do a review on that Beyonce perfume because it's excellent for the astro. Yes, scents can heal trauma. They really can, because what they do is they break past spiritual and energetic portals. There was a study that was done for children who have been abused, the S abused and other abused, and some of these children could not do things, like they couldn't eat eggs. I remember studying this when I was in school. It was like a lot of things that their memories was coming up from. And one of the ways that they were able to help them was through the sensories, through your senses, through the sense of smell. You understand? And so you can actually replace things with that scent of smell. You understand? You notice that when you get sick, usually what's the first senses to go? Smell, because it's the body's way of attempting to protect you so you don't keep associating your sickness with a smell. So usually the smell is the first sense you lose. You lose that because the body is trying to protect you, because it's saying, no, 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 no. We don't want to hold this. We don't want to remember this. We don't. We don't. Oh, I love me some oud. Oud for Greatness is an amazing fragrance, but it's not for the faint at heart. You got to be a big time scent player to fool with ouds of greatness. Um, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's very spiritual. A lot of the fragrances are for me are very spiritual. It's how I see the essence um, of fragrances. Yeah. Amber is so beautiful. I love amber. Those are some frankincense or amber. Oud. Oud is one of the most expensive. I don't even know if we can call it, but oud is one of the most expensive ingredients you can on the planet. You have oud that can cost you up to thousands of dollars an ounce. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't play with it. Like that world of scent is deeper than hip hop, baby. It's a whole lot going on in that world. Maybe one day we'll do a deep dive into that. I smell my grandmother's perfume when she's around, and yes, you will never forget it. And when ancestors come through, they will come through, especially like if you had somebody in the family that smoked a cigar, they will come through. But y'all know what makes any ancestor come through. I don't care who they are. Get you some coffee beans. When you smell them coffee beans, it's going to open you up. You will be on their frequency to see your ancestor come through. Get you a brown paper bag and put you some coffee beans and sift that and take yourself into a meditation. They will show up. They will show up. I don't know what it is about them coffee beans, but it bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It brings them out. It brings them out. Bring them out in a big way. Really, it brings us out and up, but I say it brings them out because, we feel better that way. But listen, Soul Family, I'm rambling at this point, but I love you all. I love that we get together as a community. We get to come over here on YouTube and do it our way. I do want to remind you, make sure you like and subscribe. But here's the other thing that I want to tell you all about. I do have an announcement coming. I'm super excited about that because we're going to be doing some cool things going forward. I know I didn't get to everyone's questions, but I promise, there will be a time that I can get to your question. If you want to have a one-on-one session with me, I do have limited, and dare I say limited, because it is limited, slots that are available. You can either follow me on social media or you can click the link below that says one-on-one. And when you get that one-on-one, you can either ask a question, which is the Oracle files, which I must say, Oracle kisses. I absolutely love doing that. And I just started getting to those of you who are doing the visionary sessions, which are very unique and very tailored for each and every single one of you. So they're different than those of you who are still on the waiting list, which I'm still working on that list, which I'll be done with that pretty soon here. And I'll have some other things that are coming up. How do we heap trauma with, how do we heap? You mean heal? I'm sorry, I don't even know why I stopped to read that. How do we heal trauma with the male species? Well, I think we don't put all men in the category. I don't want us to do that because one male man is bad. We can't say all men are bad because we are half men. We have masculine energy in us as well as women. Truth be told, I don't want to get into it. It's controversial. And we'll be here. That's a lesson. But, when you say male species, I got to understand what you really mean by that. You're talking about masculine energy, masculine behavior, because that's also going to put a lot of women in that boat as well, too. So, and the way to healing is loving yourself, period. I'm going to stand on, I said what I said. The way to healing is loving yourself, because then you will be able to not be stuck in the past. You will know that you are too precious, you are too powerful to be stuck into someone else's limited version of who you are. If it was something that was done before you could defend yourself as a child, then you know that that is something you made it through, and your healing comes in you loving yourself. And so that you can finally take yourself out of a vibration that you will never return to. If it's something that happened when you were an adult, then I want you to recognize that this was an unfortunate situation. The men in my family are annoying the hell out of me lately. Y'all just want me to I'm gonna leave Starlight alone because she's been here chilling all night asking questions. And I get it. When it get late, we just start saying stuff. We just, I do it too. So, no shade, no cap. I just do it. I'm not going to say anything. She said the men are ignoring the hell out of you. That's okay. That's okay. You're entitled to be ignored. Set some healthy boundaries and don't be reactive. That's it. Because you got to know if they are ignoring the hell out of you, then you probably are ignoring the hell out of them. It's probably a give and take. So just let everybody do their thing. Because after all, if you're in the West, are we on vacation? Do we not have to work on Monday? Can we get together tomorrow on Sunday and do some good remixing together? Uh, and then Maria gonna say, for real, I'm glad we not alone. So we being irritated by the men. Is that what's going on? Somebody let me in the club. Somebody let me in the club. Let me know what's really going on. I know, C Diggs. It's time for us to go. We gotta get ready to go to bed, y'all. Not y'all, because it's early. But Miss Blue, well, I can't go to bed. I actually have work I have to finish doing, and I gotta do some cleaning up. But she said, yes, we can. You know what? But yeah, I got some things. I have really enjoyed this. It's fun. It's always good when we get together. But I wanted to come on. And for those of you who came in a little later, let me say this. Don't let anything or anyone distract you from this time, because it's a great time. From the things that you want to do, you want to be, you want to share, whether it's something you want to put in the world or something you want to share. If you're feeling called to work on it, if you're feeling called to put it out in the world, do it. Put it out. Take action on it. Secure something with it. Do something in this physical world that says, yes, yes. Do something that says yes. I don't care if that's securing a YouTube page, an Instagram page, or getting the .com if it has something to do with e-commerce or business or something you want to share. If you're writing a book, sit down and secure that .com or write that first page or write that first sentence in that book. If it's you saying that this is going to be your time, that you want to build healthy relationships and you're ready for that partner to come in your life that can be a true partner and have a healthy relationship, then you need to start making sure that you are open to receive all of that. Like, are you being a good partner to yourself? Are you showing yourself that love that you're wanting someone else, whether it be a partner? Some of you want children, or whether you want a child to come in the life to share with. Make sure that you're giving yourself that firsthand experience about what it is to be in your divine, wonderful presence. And you know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. You understand it at the core essence of who you are, because you've given it to yourself. You've given it to yourself. So you're not, nobody can trick you into making you think they like you, love you, or want to be around you, because you love and like and want to be around yourself, and you know what that feels like. So this is where I want you to be with this. Know that there may be many things that leave your life, people, relationships, connections, friendships, all of this. Everybody is on their journey, even though we may be all traveling here together. Bless it, love it, take a step back from it. Some of it may be painful, hurtful, disheartening, however you may feel about it. Understand that everything is placing you in your alignment for your greatest and your highest good, not just for you, but for everyone, for everyone. And so sometimes that may look a little different. It may not feel as good as we want it to feel. It may not, it may not go the way that we think it should go. But, you have to trust in knowing that truly, truly your steps are ordered, and that they're ordered because you're ordering the steps. They're for your highest good. It's not about knowing absolutely everything that's going to happen. You don't need to know what's going to happen when you are participating in the process and you are creating. If I'm creating, I'm not going to ask you what's going to happen because I'm creating. Now, I may ask you, this is what I want to create. Help me, show me how to create this. But I know what I want to create. So we have to find out and really figure out what makes you happy. Figure out what that is, what brings you joy, what makes you smile, what makes you laugh, what brings you happiness, and make sure you're bringing more of that in your life. Is it dancing? Is it, watching a movie? Is it looking at the sunset? Is it smelling flowers? Is it working in your garden? What is that thing? What is it? What is it that makes you happy? Figure out what it is. Is it drawing? You understand? And it can't be you receiving attention from everyone. It can't be being of service. People say that. What makes me happy is helping other people. And that is a dirty trick from the matrix of the mind, of the false matrix in the mind. When you say the only thing that makes you happy is helping other people, what you're telling me is that you do not love you, because your happiness is not something someone can give you. Now, someone can share your happiness, but someone cannot make you happy. No one can make you happy. People can make you sad. People can make us frustrated. They can. They can irritate us, but our happiness is our responsibility. No one can make you happy. Only you can. That's it. You have to know that comes from within. And that is not a responsibility. I don't care how much authority you have that you can pass off to someone else. You can't pass it off to people in your relationships. You can't pass that off to your children. You can't pass that off to your soulmate. You can't pass that off to the man in your life, the woman in your life. You can't give it to your best friend. You can't give it to your mama. You can't give it to your daddy. That is your responsibility to make yourself happy. Figure out what it is. Take some time. Get curious. Get excited. Think of it like a quest. Think of it like a mystery. I'm going to figure out some things that make me happy. You understand, that really don't require nothing else but me. You understand? I don't need my phone to be happy. I don't need this laptop to be happy. I don't need any of this. I can find that joy of happiness inside of me. It is generated through me. It comes from pure inspiration. I can stay inspired in it. And when you're in that frequency of that happiness, this is when your frequency rise. This is when you keep that frequency high, and you'll be able to maintain that high frequency. And just because somebody comes and poo, poo, poo on you, you're not instantly going to drop back down. Why? Because you know that you're responsible for your own emotional meter, how high your emotions are and where that meter and frequency is vibrating. That's your responsibility, not anyone else's. And don't give it to anyone else. It is precious. It is worth more than all the gold and the diamonds in this world. Your emotional energy is what fuels this world that we live in. It's what allows you to thrive. It is how your heart begins to magnetize. It is how your brain begins to electrify itself and allow this information and downloads to come in so it can create this cosmic atmosphere so that you can begin to live, fully live, be alive and live. That's how it happens. So don't give your emotions away so freely, so easily. Don't be so quick to get angry. Don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to get pissed off, because in the midst of you giving that spark, you're taking the hit and you're giving away your goodness. You're giving away your power. You're giving away the pure essence of who you are. And we all know it takes a moment to get that back. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a time for everything. And there is nothing wrong with experiencing all of these emotions, because we came here to experience. We came here to experience. We did. But there are lower frequencies that we can't afford to live in. It's not good for our mind. We in Gemini season, baby. You want to go Luby Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs? Gemini season will do it. With all of this electrical energy that's here, you keep playing with your mind and you will be chasing it for real, because you will have to go find it. You will lose it. And I don't mean lose it and find yourself. I mean lose it for real and can't find it. So don't allow the false, the illusion of the matrix in your mind to get you caught up in these cosmic streets. Don't do it. You are too divine for that. You are too precious for that. Stay in love, stay in light, right? Enjoy your life. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Have fun. Create. Do your work. Do magic. All that good stuff. I love you all. I love you. Oracle kisses. Peace and love, soul family. We're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here because we almost at 4 hours. I'm not playing with y'all. I know one thing. I'm going to need to see some real comments. That's what I want to see. Let's blow this up. I want to put my intentions out there, my requests out there. You guys want to make requests on me? I want to make requests on you. That's what I want. I want y'all to give me. I want y'all to give me some real comments here so we can let the world know that Planet Remix is here. The soul family, the soul community is here. And this is where the beautiful soul beings are at. So we can keep shining our light in the cosmos as well. So I will see you all a little later no, it's just 10, depending on what country you're in, but I'll see you on Sunday. So I'll be able to come back and, I want to say thank you to Brother Lance, because he was holding it down as our moderator tonight. I didn't see Lola Falana and Mr. Dante in the building, but I'm sure they are around. So we're going to send them love as well. And to all the star beings in Planet Remix, sending you all so much love and light. And we had a good time. We got some workshops and some classes coming up as well. You guys make sure, if you want to show support, check out all the links below. This is how we keep this cosmic planet glowing and growing, is through that support. So I am grateful to each and every single one of you. I love you all. Peace and love. Ciao.